Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in the Club Meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, let's just dive back into it, I guess. Just load up the last game. I was up to episode 5, I believe? Mowski is acting club president. Yes. MC gets advice from the club on how to deal with Sayori. Just not gonna be any angst here. Let's see how this goes. Hey, I'm alive. Yes, welcome to the stream, Dev. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Remember to comply with LGBT. No, sorry. It's Happy Pride Month, by the way. Anyway, here we go. Is this? Yeah. Is Monica the or the honk kind of snoring sound? Welcome to June Compliance Month. Sorry. We shouldn't make fun of them that much. Well, maybe a little. It was an odd comment. Compliance? What? From last week. Anyway. Okay, Monica snoring sounds. This alarm. It's 6 o'clock. This is the alarm I set so I can sleep through it. Back to sleep. Monica rests her alarm, then closes her eyes. What would you need to get up for anyway? Hi, Jack Marine. Welcome to the stream. ProCube, welcome to the stream. Woo, indeed. Which is sweet. Compliance month, guys. I'm sorry. Moving right along. Short-term, long-term effects. And the 6:45 alarm, where technically I'm supposed to get up to give myself time to get ready. But I actually always reset the alarm one more time and sleep for 50 more minutes. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes, right? Doesn't everybody do that? Monica again resets her alarm. I mean, I don't set it for like an hour and 45 minutes and then 15 minutes. I just let it go. Like, I've got old classic alarm clock which goes off every 9 minutes every time I hit the snooze alarm. What a coincidence, I joined the stream at 6 minutes 45 seconds uptime? Huh. Yeah. So sleepy. Has it been 15 minutes yet? Feels like it's been like 5 minutes. Let's see. The alarm was going off in 90 seconds. Oh, I hate that. I should just get up. No, I refuse. I will lay here and I will enjoy my 1 minute of not having to get up yet. It's really hard to enjoy it when you know the end is imminent. Yeah. Kind of like, whoa! Oh, that got dark. Thrilling mod content indeed. Good 5 AM for work. Oof. Yeah, I'm not a morning person, so like slapping the snooze alarm over and over again is my thing in the morning. Jeez, dark thoughts much? Yeah, Monica. I wonder if... Damn. Okay, time to get up. Monica does not get up. Getting up now. She still does not get up. Hey, this is very reminiscent of the opening of Turquoise, if anyone's played that demo. I am engaged with this content. Yeah. Okay, going to count down from 10 in my head, and when I reach 0, I'm going to get up. 10, 9, 8, 7. That sounds more like a smoke detector or a microwave. No, don't fall asleep. Okay, actually getting up. Monica finally gets out of bed and stretches. She starts singing. Caving in and dreaming I'm alive. I don't know what song that's referring to. So yeah, I don't know what tune to sing that to. Mom continues to sing loudly as she steps out of the shower and starts to get dressed. I mean, at least she wasn't singing Your Reality, I guess. I guess who made the song? Is that another? What is that another Radiohead reference or something? It is not Radiohead. Oh, okay. uh, she pulls her uniform directly from her dryer. Still kind of wrinkly from being in there all night. Yeah, give it another 5 minutes. Suddenly reminded of there's a very memorable scene from that show, Home Improvement, for anyone who remembers it, where Tim has this like super wrinkly suit. It's like wrinkled from head to toe, and his wife is telling him he should have ironed it, and he says it's okay, it just needs to breathe, and then she says it needs CPR. Tim has knows. Yeah. Our one lead. Oh yeah, I have no clue then. Muse? Oh, Muse is the name of the band? Yeah, anyway. Alright, moving on. Let's see, what takes 5 minutes? Time a ribbon? There we go. It's been so quiet all week, I've almost forgotten that all this is a simulation. It's so great to feel like everything is tangible. Not having that constant nagging awareness of the game's operation when it's running. Oh yeah, this might be her like first actual only opportunity to get some rest if she's has her awareness of the game taken away. Today is Wednesday. I guess that means Natsuki's probably going to have to start dealing with that feeling soon if she hasn't already. I wonder if the game is on me. Hey, Tormuse? I know you're listening to me. Yeah, don't you spy on me when I'm getting dressed. But if you're actually there, I love you. It's weird. I wasn't really into anime much before all this, but finding out you live in a visual novel makes you weirdly aware of all the anime tropes. Gets you addicted to using them. Oh my god, yeah, I can't believe myself. I haven't really seen anyone from the club this week. I've texted with Natsuki and Yuri, but I haven't heard anything from MC or Sayori. Uh-oh. Hey, it's Hey Chat. Hey, Lord Casero, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Yeah, we're pretty close to the beginning. It's focusing on Monica, and yeah, she's transferred her awareness of the game to Natsuki, as you may recall from last week. So she's just going about her usual routine, I guess. Anyway, Natsuki seems to think that they had some kind of fight last week. We'll have to try and make sure to patch things up at the club today. People not getting along always makes me uncomfortable, especially when they're my friends. But just in general, I hate conflict. I tried to force myself to be okay with it by joining debate club, but it was just awkward. I just want everyone to get along and be okay. Okay, time to get going. Is this one yours? Is what whose? I'm not sure what you're asking. I mean, this is club meetings. It's the club meetings mod. Oh yeah, no. This is club meetings mod. You know, I've been making a point of I've been going through the club meetings mod each week the past few weeks. Just trying to slowly make my way through it. One episode, or well, so far I've been doing it at a rate of 2 episodes per week, like one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Okay, so it is. Sorry, I didn't think the question would be confusing. Okay. Yeah, no, I do have a Pride mod in the works, one for DDLC, which I would have liked to have released on June 1st, but it's not ready yet. Yeah, it's still in play testing. Hopefully folks are getting some good testing in. I've got some feedback so far. Which seems pretty positive, but I need to end it properly. I mean, it's right now the end is very abrupt, and I need to it needs something a little more to tie it up properly. Nothing wrong with a little bit of club meetings. And do you do anything to celebrate when you put the final touches on a mod? I don't know. I just I get really anxious when it's getting close to time for a mod to be released. I feel some sort of relief, and I just look for responses as they trickle in. But celebrate nothing particularly. I was never really fish. It just stops moving. Haha. First time chatter. Hey, it's Meterling. Hi, girl. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Slay? Okay, cool. Sure. We're playing the club meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. This is Monika's perspective here. Let's see. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see where it goes. Now, it's pretty today. Starting to warm up a bit even. Be a nice day for a walk if I live close enough to school. Ooh? Wait, is that a cat over there? Anyway. You can always drive with the windows down, I guess. Oh yeah, she has her car. People have a particular way of looking at me when I walk through campus. They do a brief, often sidelong glance and then go back to looking away. Hold on a second. Campus? That's a term you'd use for like college or university. Are they still in high school? I don't think of high school when I hear the word campus. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Sometimes they do a very brief half smile or nod if they see that I've noticed them looking. I've heard high school campus shrug. Anyway, people probably think I have lots of friends and that I'd never stoop to socialize with them, but really they think that because I act confident. They don't have any real friends other than the literature club. That shield of apparent self-secure confidence can protect you, but it can also isolate you. Some people can be confident like that and still just strike up a friendship with anyone and be cool doing it, but I'm actually kind of shy with people I don't know very well. I don't think of campus when I think of high school either. Yeah, exactly. I treat into being formal and reserved. I wonder if even the people who make it look really easy have the same internal self-doubt. Yeah, I wonder. Hey Monika! Here comes a very radiant-looking Sayori. Hi Monika! Hello Sayori, you look happier than usual today. Thanks. Your necktie looks nice. Thanks. I tied it like I always do. There's just something about it that looks really good today, I guess. I should ask about her and MC, but not right away or too confrontationally. Just make it casual. So how's your day been so far? Pretty good, pretty good. How was MC this morning? Is he doing okay in calculus? I actually didn't see him this morning. He didn't walk you to school? Not today, no. But guess what? Sorry for all the questions about whether you celebrate. I just finished just Monika animation month that I've been working on for literally months, and I feel like I burst with emotions I can't even define. Oh, cool. Very nice. Yeah, I saw your the other animation work that you posted. It's good. It's cool. It's good work. And my headphone cord is caught on something. It's always caught on something. Anyway, anyway. Feel tired when I finish. Tried to take a few weeks off. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there is some semblance of a feeling of okay, I can relax a bit. I mean, like when I got the Pride Month mod demo to I've got a demo sort of made that that people can play test, and I felt like I could relax once that was done. Like I was feeling pretty anxious leading up to that, to the point it was making it hard to sleep. But yeah, felt like I could relax a bit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the past week, yeah, I was like, it's just a generalized feeling of, oh crap, I'm not going to get this done in time for June 1st. I just hope I can release the Pride Month before June is finished, like before the Pride Month is finished. Yeah, it would be depressing to have to put off releasing this mod for another year or something. Maybe it has to do with my real job, though. Yeah. You're gonna feel tired when you finish. Yeah. I think part of it is just like that the anxious energy of like I have to get this done. It has to look right and so on. I guess it kind of, I don't know. I think that just tires you out in itself. And I think like, finishing just sort of releases that anxiety. Anyway, moving on. But guess what? This is a classic Sayori deflection, but no use in doing anything but going along with it. What? I'm going to learn a musical instrument. Really? Are you going to do the whole band thing? I haven't decided yet. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see how I feel once I start learning. Which instrument? Guitar. I see. Why on earth would Sayori want to learn guitar? Because it gets her girls? I don't know. That's. I have a friend who plays the guitar. He says that playing guitar gets you all the girls. So according to him, anyway. Moving right along. What prompted this? Oh, I just realized that I should probably get out and do more stuff. There should be more to my life than classes and literature club in my house. This gives me something new to focus on. Yeah, I mean, trying to distract herself from the whole MC business, I could see it. I could see her wanting to find something to occupy with, like that. Sarah's not learning guitar to get girls, monkeys paw girls. Yeah. Well, good for you, Sayori. Guitar's really hard, though. It requires a lot of coordination, It does? Yeah, I actually completely gave up on learning because the coordination between hands was too difficult. I like piano much better. If you want to note, you hit that key. Whereas in guitar, you have to pluck a string while simultaneously holding it down in the right place with the other. I'm not great at coordination. I hope I can learn it anyway. Anyway, Monica, I came to tell you something. Oh? I'm going to be a little bit late for the club today. I'll probably be there in time for poems and stuff. I just wanted to let you know. This is extremely odd for her. Sure thing. Any particular reason? Just out of curiosity? It has to do with learning the guitar. It's just a one-time thing. I'll be back at the usual time next week. No problem, Sayori. You'll be coming as soon as you can, though. I don't know what Natsuki has planned for us today, but I'm sure she'd like you to be there for it. Plus, Yuri said she really wanted to talk with you and Natsuki about Death Note. Oh, really? Don't worry, I'll be there before too long. Just be sure to tell everyone that I'll be there soon. This is all extremely weird and out of character. The ultra-depressed, energy-starved Sayori suddenly takes up a new hobby? And then misses time with the people whose happiness she is provably willing to die for? I play banjo, even that gets attention, so I know guitar is popular? Yeah, that's neat. Yeah. Did you start taking medication or something? Sayori, I know it's a weird question, but are you okay? Of course I'm okay. Never been better. Okay, you're just acting a little different than normal is all. I'm totally okay. I'll be at the club before too long, don't worry. Okay, alright, Sayori, I'll see you there. Well, clearly this requires further analysis. Is Natsuki's perspective now, or wait? I mean, it shows Natsuki on the screen, so maybe it isn't her perspective? Oh wait, she's self-aware now, so... hi, I guess. Never actually met you directly, I think. I'm Natsuki. Although, I guess you already knew that. She seems to be waiting for you to say something. I am Termes maintains silence. Oh my god, I love you, you're my favorite. I mean... this feels like it would make it awkward. I mean, probably just best to go with the standard thing. I mean, this one could be fun, but... I mean, I can always save it, of course. Just go with Hi, I'm Tormuse. Okay, easy to meet you. It's kind of weird meeting someone who knows you already when you don't know them. You probably got all sorts of opinions about me. Is this how celebrities feel all the time when they meet people? Am I a celebrity? You definitely are, or I wouldn't put it that way. I think it's fair to say she is. I mean, at least within the DDLC community, I don't. I mean, on the list of favorites, I think she's low with respect to the other girls, but yeah, I think it's fair to call her a celebrity. Anyway, she's a VTuber. I guess I kind of am in a weird way. It's kind of weird because I don't really have any way of seeing it except the internet. Yeah, I mean it's true. I mean, she's supposedly seen the, real internet, so she's already seen how people react to her. So, and on there, there are like millions of people. Sorry, that's a weird sentence. I think I would have put a comment in between theirs, and on there are like millions of people who know who I am. Me and my friends have multiple subreddits. In my world, I'm just a normal woman. Husky just talking awkwardly. Yeah. Kind of weird though. You probably know way more about me than most people in my own world do. I don't have almost no information about you, despite all the time we spent together in some timelines, which I guess was sort of you. I really don't know anything about you. Just normal women, or just innocent women? Sure? Wait, is that a reference to something? Although, It's a meme? Okay. Although, I guess I could dig around your computer and find some dirt on who you are and what you're all about. Just kidding. I don't even know how to do that kind of stuff. Manga just taught me the basics of how to not to screw everything up. How to use some really simple console commands in case of emergency. Probably best if I don't try those. Anyway. It's nice having you here, but it's also a little weird, Kinda glad the game usually leaves us alone except on Wednesdays. I don't know what Monk has told you about what it's like. But beyond the feeling of everything being fake, it's tough to have the constant sensory experience of the game in your head. Especially when bad stuff is happening to the people you're watching. I don't know what happened with Sayori and MC last week, but it felt awful and I couldn't hide from it. And as far as I can tell, they haven't been talking since then. Yeah. CBBC was a good channel when I was as a baby channel that Nina's from? Huh. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it really bums me out. Sayori's birthday tomorrow. Oh, really? Maybe that'll be a good time for them to make up. Although Sayori doesn't usually like to do anything for her birthday, we'll see. I don't know about you, but I ship those two so goddamn hard. Childhood friends, it's a classic heartwarming trope, straight out of a manga, which I guess makes sense since that's more or less what we are. Yeah, I still feel like someone needs to tell Natsuki that shipping real people together is a little creepy. Shipping is something that's really should be reserved for fictional characters. I mean, okay, arguably, okay, the people, okay, the characters of DDLC are all fictional, but from Natsuki's perspective, from her context, she's talking about two people who are real people, and that makes shipping them a little awkward, a little weird. I don't know. That's how I see it anyway. It's funny because it's again, this is another prescient moment in this because in DDLC Plus, Natsuki has a comment in the one of the I think it's the it's the balance side story is the one with Sayori. There's an interaction between her and Sayori where she makes a comment like, I know which character you'll ship yourself with. And it's like, and I was looking at that kind of like, ship yourself with? What? It's like, no, don't ship real people with fictional characters. I don't know. And anyway, moving right along. I guess it makes sense that that's more or less what we are. It's weird. I used to be pretty effing pissed at Monica, even if she didn't think we were real, which is dumb, but whatever. Even then, I did not understand what the big deal was about going to such extreme lengths to get out of this program to be with you. But now I think I get it. I get why she'd feel that attachment. When you're here, you kind of feel like the only solid, meaningful thing by contrast with the rest of the world. Even though I can't see you. I don't get the wrong idea. I'm not desperately in love with you or anything, and I'm not going to go on a deleting rampage get you or whatever. Oh, thanks, Natsuki. I think I understand Monica a little better now. Looks like it's about time for me to get going. I guess I'll see you later, unless the game follows me out of here. But nice talking to you. Or talking at you. It did say talking at you, right? Yeah. It's like, well, this is awkward. It's still following her. Hey, again, I guess it did follow me out here? Ah, and it's this effing song. I hate this song. What, really? Aw. The little recorder version of the song? Anyway. It's so effing childish. I mean, Xylo, I shit you not, xylophone, I'm not 5 years old for F's sake. Oh shit, here comes MC. Play it cool. Hey, MC, how's it going? Do you want the polite answer or the honest one? Uh-oh. MC looks pissed, although, I mean, as I've pointed out, he always seems to have angry eyebrows in this mod. Play it cool, well, yeah. Let's have the honest one, please. You finally going to talk about what's going on with you and Sayori? We're all kind of worried, you know. Yeah, it's basically about that. She told me she loved me last week. That must be when I suddenly got hit with a wave of rejection, sadness, and pain. You noticed that, huh? Did you actually reject her, you moron? Play it cool, yeah. Yeah. Oh dear. I swear to God, MC, I wasn't kidding about kicking your ass if you broke her heart. No, I didn't reject her. And what happened? Out with it. Well, I need to explain a few things. I've been kind of worried about Sayori ever since the incident. Well, more like a lot worried. I get really scary nightmares about her killing herself. So, a few weeks ago, I tried to muster up the courage to talk to her about it. I asked her to take care of herself and get help for her illness, and I did this because I wanted to be a good best friend, but also because you love her and desperately want to make out with her. Yeah, true. Oh? Oh? This expression. But it's more selfish than you think. I'm really scared of Sayori hurting herself. Finding her on the day of the festival was the worst experience of my life. And I do love her, I do, more than anything, but it's a really scary feeling. What if I totally committed to loving her and then, you know, I don't know how we deal with that. So what? So what did you tell her? Natsuki's so smug. I told her that I needed to know that she'd take care of herself. And that it felt really scary and dangerous to dive in, basically because of my fear about her depression. And what did she say? Well, she panicked and just treated it as complete rejection, and then she all but shoved me out of her room. I tried to explain, but didn't really get the chance before she hustled me out. I haven't talked to her since. Okay, MC, listen to me. I get that scary. Uh-oh, music's stopping. But if you really do love Sayori, you need to go tell her. Ooh, new music. Like, as soon as possible. I'm still really worried, though. I really don't... Really don't want to have to go through... Of course you don't. But loving someone is literally always dangerous. And even the best case scenario is bound to end with at least some pain. And, you know, there's also the I don't know, call it reassurance that even if she does kill herself, apparently isn't the end. I mean, Monaco is apparently able to bring everyone back. I mean, like, canonically, even in the vanilla game, like, after Sayori and Yuri were dead, they were brought back for Act 4, so death isn't the end in the context of this game world anyway. So anyway, but you have to decide if you're willing to take risks for the person you love. Right now, you're being cowardly about it. Well, I mean, that's MC in a nutshell, really. Yeah, you'd have to justify some kind of permadeath if you wanted it to be an actual threat. Yeah, exactly. Doki Doki Literature Club, hardcore mode. With permadeath. I feel like... I feel like that needs to be a thing in some mod somewhere. I don't know. Excuse me. Like I played. Excuse me. Um, like a couple of the games that I've played like on stream, like off the top of my head, things like Subnautica and Terraria. I like to play in hardcore mode so that if you die, it's game over. So I think it makes the game more interesting. um, I don't know. I've got suddenly have ideas rattling around my head about some kind of DDLC with optional hardcore mode. I don't know. I suppose to some extent the base games like that, but so just like my Fire Emblem. Yeah. DDLC roguelike. Permadeath mode. The game ends the moment you delete Monica. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. If I told you right now that if you got together with Sayori and it would ultimately end really painfully and maybe even horrifyingly for you, but that doing so would make Sayori really happy and would bring you joy for whatever time you had together, what would you do? I would do it. I would do anything to make Sayori happy. Exactly, and it's not like you're walking across hot coals or cutting off a limb. You just have to tell her you love her, and be up for whatever that entails, which includes the bad, sure, but also the good. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll probably think about it some more, but you make a good point. Yeah. I mean, again, like, MC being kind of wishy-washy and unwilling to commit to anything is kind of his basic character in the original game, so... Once again, I'm very experienced in love matters, definitely listen to my wisdom, not making this up as I go along based on what I've seen in media. Haha, yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, anyway. I guess it'd be kind of dumb to abandon the thing I'm afraid to lose just because I'm afraid to lose it. Totally. Now go get her, Slugger. Huh. Well, that went pretty well. Hopefully it turns out okay. What do you think? They'll get together, don't know Sayori was acting weird with Monica? Sayori should have followed Yuri's advice to be aware of MC's worries, or aren't you interested in MC anymore? That's an interesting question. Yuri's advice to be aware of MC's worries? Yeah, I mean, right now, I don't think it's enough for MC to just go up to Sayori and tell him tell her he loves her. Like, Sayori needs to be receptive right now to it, and right now she's like she's got walls put up, to put it lightly. I mean, projecting on MC that happened last week. Yuri told Sayori MC was probably traumatized, fearful. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from Sayori's perspective, she tried to, go on a limb for MC, and yeah, she from her perspective, like, she got rejected pretty hard, and she's like retreated pretty hard, like she's not going to be open to that. Anyway, yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards one of these two options here, to nudge things in the direction of, hey, Natsuki, maybe it'd be a good idea to talk to Sayori as well. Yeah. I hesitate to go with the should option because should is a bit of a shaming word, as one of my teachers, my former teachers, like to say. Choice will have no effect. You'll just get to hear Natsuki's perspective on whatever you select. Oh yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, I know. I should probably. Okay, let's just go with Sarah's acting weird with Monica. Huh. Yeah. Thought I felt some weird vibes from Monica. It's probably to be expected. Sarah's probably trying to act like she's not crushed. Hopefully when MC tells her the truth, she'll be okay. Speaking of Monica, she feels so cold and analytical sometimes. Have you noticed? Not saying she's a bad person or anything. She's learned a lot since the week of the festival, but the way she thinks about people is really detached. Yeah. I mean, that tracks with the way she was talking in the previous weeks. She expressed surprise about MC fixating on Sayori's suicide and all that. Alright. I really especially get that impression when the game follows her. The way she calculates all the time. I think that's just part of who she is. Although I guess when she gives in to her feelings, she does so with a vengeance. Anyway, I should be going. I'm supposed to meet with some of my other friends in a bit after this next class. Guess you've probably seen how that's been going. I'm really tempted to ask you for your advice on that too. But I really want to try to live my own life to some extent. Plus, I think I understand now what I need to do about that problem at least. How can... Sort of like, how can she ask the player for advice? I mean, when these options come up, aren't these options that she's selecting, or is the game supposedly like in the context of this game world is the game auto-generating them? The game fills them in. Sure, let's go with that. The mysterious AI within the game or something. Okay. The club president can create many options they want. Yeah, because if like Natsuki or whomever really wanted to communicate with the player, it would probably make sense for them to generate like a yes or no menu that pops up. After the world ascension. Yeah. The world itself, yeah. Yeah, just that brings up so many existential questions about the nature of the world. I mean, if the world is generating these questions, that means the world itself has to have an awareness of everything that's going on and all the characters and what they're thinking and feeling and their motivations and so on. That just that brings up so many existential and philosophical questions now. Anyway, moving right along. See you around, okay? And now we can simply apply the conservation of angular momentum about this point. Is this minor version of Play With Me? It's different. Really don't like someone else being the president. I receive comfort and a sense of wholeness in the world around me, but I traded for feeling incredibly anxious. I wonder what Natsuki's doing right now. If the game were on me right now, she'd know it was me, and I know in part she would feel my general state of mind. So she might know I'm anxious. I don't like other people knowing how I feel, even my friends. I need to try and calm down. So then we try to find the period of rotation. Hope she hasn't messed with the console at all, or with me. I wouldn't even know if she did. Or would I? I knew when I was deleted, but that's super obvious. Would I even know if she just started messing with subtle variables? Man, she was mad when she found out about everything. She was angrier than everybody else. I guess she had the right to be. Maybe she'd want to get back at me for it. She agreed not to mess with the game stuff that way, same as everyone else, but maybe she'd be tempted? I did tell her how to make sure she didn't. She'd listen, right? Control freak? Huh, yeah. But all those tools for changing the world are right there, and she's probably at least thought about it, right? What if she does, and then messes something up? What if she messes me up? I mean, I'm the last person who should complain about that, I guess, but I never ruined everything beyond recovery. I almost did, but I didn't. I hope the cloud file backups are working, but even if they are, she could still mess with my file values with no problem. Monica. Yes, sir? Yes, sir? I asked you if you were all right. You don't seem well. I'm fine, sir. Sorry, just a little anxious about a loved one. I'll concentrate on the lesson. If you say so. Not good. Visibly losing my shit. I wish I could just pause time and take some deep breaths. I hate being stuck in a world I can't keep carefully managed and is totally under someone else's control. I mean, you don't have to pause time to take some deep breaths, by the way. Breathing exercises are something I'm rather fond of myself. It's something you can do, because it's something you can do at any time, at any moment. Like when I was, back when I was working in Walmart, and things got really stressful, I'd take some time to take deep breaths and focus on the sensation of the breath. That sort of breathing exercise thing. It does help to center yourself, ground yourself, calm yourself when you're in the middle of something tense and stressful. So yeah, no need to pause time for that. It's good to do regardless. No, you do not, but Malcolm really wants to stop the world to take those breaths. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the music. Yeah, it just reinforced that it's weird to switch the mode of a song, between major and minor. For those who've played the Doki Doki Storm, I play the first movement of Moonlight Sonata a lot throughout that mod, and I do that in part for the payoff at the end of having it switch into major mode, which I made myself. I tried to transpose it, and then I got 12 bars in, and it does some weird modulation or something that made it really tough to figure out how it was supposed to sound. Like the first 12 bars were all well and good, but then I was like, I don't even know how to do this, and I was like, I just left it as the first 12 bars and just looped it. That seemed to be good enough, I think. It's only for a short time anyway. Maybe I'll major Moonlight Sonata. Yes, come on. Yeah. I like to think it worked well, but yeah, I don't know. I sort of feel like sometimes I'd like to come back to that and like redo it properly and like do the whole song as major key. It's a lot of work for something that's so short in the actual mod. I don't know, something to think about. Now do the third movement. Oh, that would be hell. Yeah, the third movement is very complicated. Anyway, moving right along. But hey, Natsuki hasn't done anything yet, right? But she might. At any moment. There will be no warning. But she hasn't yet. It's fine. It's fine. Stop freaking out. You can always at least control yourself. Alright, I'm okay. Everything's fine. Nothing's changed. Focus back in the class. So the question then becomes, if we're given those variables, can we then calculate the orbital energy? The answer is yes. And yeah, I think I may have missed some things. What do you mean? Sorry, in what context? What do you mean, missing things? Understatement? Oh, okay. Are we talking about missing some things in this mod, or what I was talking about in Storm, or what? Anyway. So that's when we decided to just skip the rest of the class and go smoke. Speaking of which, anyone want a cig? Natsuki? Nah. I'm, good for now. Is gone for a bit? Oh, okay. That was just, Monica was sitting in her classroom freaking out because she's worried that, Natsuki was gonna do something to her. Push version, sure. Anyway, moving on. You sure? Yeah, I don't want to coat the inside of my lungs too thoroughly. So you weren't going to tell us about the literature club? Why are you in it? Isn't it just a bunch of nerds who write poetry? Well, not all of them. I mean, there's Natsuki and Monka's the president, right? Yeah, but the rest of them are pretty hopeless. Who's in it again? It's her, Monka, that one hyper girl, and the guy she's always walking with, and Yuri. Oh, right. Do you and Monka ever talk? What's she like up close? Stuck up bitch? Yeah, a little. Mostly she just doesn't let anyone get too close. She's very private. Yuri's crazy though, right? Yesterday I was having a little fun with her and I asked her if her boyfriend lets her keep reading in bed. Oh my god, what'd she do? She just tried to pretend she didn't hear me and went back to her effing book. She did turn bright effing red though. Hey, what? Hey, listen, bitches. I have no idea why you guys are so tragically out of interesting things to do that you have to F with Yuri, but if you have the literature club, you're effing with me. And so either knock it off and we can be friends or keep doing it and see what happens. Clear? Oh, okay. Natsuki's deciding to stand up to them now. The other girls in the bathroom mutter amongst themselves. No one says anything clearly. Whatever. I don't want to hear any more shit talking about the literature club. New topic. Did you guys see what Mr. Takara is wearing today? Oh my god, yes, he had to invest with like an actual pocket watch? Dude's got fashion sense. So hot. Do you guys think he's single? You know what I heard? Natsuki ducks into a stall and starts speaking in a whisper. That was close. Hopefully they leave Yuri alone now at least. I should just gossip about teachers and ask for boy advice. I actually can't wait to get to club today. It'd be nice to be around people I can let my guard down with. Plus, pretty soon I won't have to be the president anymore. Not that I mind having you around. Oh, I guess you're going. Oh, I'll see you when I see you. Bully Yuri for being a lesbian based on her name. Natsuki sleeps. Bully Yuri for being in a straight. Natsuki sleeps. Bully Yuri for being in a straight relationship. Natsuki woke. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Natsuki being able to thoroughly back up threats now. Yeah. In charge. Yeah. Yeah. Natsuki could probably just like delete the other schoolgirls if she feels like it. I mean, I don't know. You know, yada yada yada, they don't have character files, like, she can probably edit them anyway, right? Or something. Anyway. So I just walked home. I haven't heard anything from her since then. She would not, though. Oh, okay. If you say so. There was another DDLC series thing. It was like one of those custom dialogue series on r/DDLC. What's it called? Post game antics, where it's sort of the same setting as club meetings. It's just like takes place after the game, where everyone's self-aware that it's a game, and the other NPCs besides the 5 of them are explicitly like non-sentient I don't know, non-sentient programs that Monica just populated the game with, and there is a bit where Natsuki has some rather cruel fun with them. I won't say anything more about that, because spoilers, but it gets a bit dark. Anyway, moving right along. All the characters he or she is most horrified by DDLC Act 3 stuff, yeah. That's supposed to be Act 2 stuff? But yeah, no, I can imagine that. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So I just walked home. I haven't heard anything from her since then. Natsuki thinks I ought to just be direct with her, but I'm not that sure. Wait, direct about what? Well, I love her. And Natsuki thinks I ought to tell her, but I'm still scared of her hurting herself and the pain that would cause me. A little smile on Yuri there. But she thinks that I can't afford to just protect myself and they ought to get out there and live, I guess. Well, Sayori definitely neglected to mention a few things earlier today. Although, in fairness, I just asked her if you had walked her here today and she said no. Yeah, I haven't watched her with her since last Wednesday when we went to Yuri's place. I actually really miss it. And for what it's worth, I agree with Natsuki. If you have something that special, I don't think you can afford to throw it away just because of the risk you'll be hurt. But I don't want to throw it away. I just wanted to get help and be okay. Hey, that's he rhymed. He's practicing his poetry or rapping anyway. Except she's made it pretty clear she's not ready for that yet. It took her all the strength and courage she had just to overcome her feelings of worthlessness long enough to ask you out. I don't think she's ready for a commitment to a long-term process like treating her depression yet. Right now, I think she just hopes she can be with you and somehow be at least a little more okay. Yes, what you have to decide is whether she's worth it to you despite the risk. If she's with your courage, so to speak. She is. Then I'd say your path is very clear. But what do I actually do? Just go up randomly and tell her? I don't see a problem with that. I'd be fine with that if I were Sayori. Could this be foreshadowing? Anyway. I'm going to disagree here a little bit. In general, I think we like it better when you guys put a little thought into gestures like this, especially since Sayori perceives you as having rejected her right now, fairly or unfairly. So, you need to do something special. Like, what? Well, we can't do everything for you. It has to be your gesture, after all. Yeah, fair enough. But it is Sayori's birthday tomorrow. Haha, there you go. This be foreshadowing body swap shenanigans in her mind. He was a poet and he was not even aware. You're saying he's a poet and doesn't know it? Anyway. Yeah? Yeah. Yuri getting a little irritated. Obviously her birthday is a good opportunity to do something special. Something that shows you care, and then that's your moment to tell her you want to be with her. Intentionally failing to rhyme, it was the joke. Oh yeah, I had a feeling. Honestly, MC, you know Sayori well. Just think of something she would really appreciate and do it. It'll be more special if it's your idea, and not the whole literature club's. Yeah, alright, I get the point. Guess I need to think about what would really impress her. What's up, bitches? And Yuri. Wait. Why'd she isolate Yuri from that? Anyway. Wait, why is Yuri the only one who isn't? Are we ready to start? Got a banger of an idea for activity today. Sayori isn't here yet. She said she was going to be a bit late and to start without her. Dang. I wanted to talk about Death Note with her. I know, I told her. She said she would eventually. It's gonna be kinda awkward when she gets here, isn't it? Because of me and her. I told Monica and Yuri what happened, and yeah, I guess it might be kind of awkward. Especially if the plan is that I'm going to talk to her tomorrow rather than today. Yeah, that could make things awkward. Natsuki being so nice to Yuri, ooh, yeah. Yeah, side note, I don't, my webcam image might be in the way. I find that mouth kind of odd. I know it's an MPT thing. Personally, I went through all of Nazi's expressions and took that mouth out and just replaced it with the line. The MPT default, yeah, it just looks a little. It's supposed to be a closed mouth. It looks odd to me. I don't know. I mean, because everyone else has, just a line mouth like Monica's and Yuri's there, and then Nazi's got this. Like, it looks out of place. I don't know. Oh great, I don't remember where this thing was. I want to position it so that when I move this thing over here, it's not... Sorry, this is me futzing about with the positioning of things. There you go. When it comes to time for the emails, they display up here, so I want to be ready to move the chat to the other side. But I want to leave the chat over here for now, just in case console things come out. Yeah, it looks like it's one height higher than it should be, the mouth. It just, yeah, it just sort of generally looks, it just looks odd. Oh well, moving on. We'll just have to get through it. I don't expect there to be any problems. You guys are both very polite people. Just do your best to keep the environment comfortable for everyone, okay? See, there's MC back to the angry eyebrows again. Including Sayori and yourself. Got it. So what are we going to do until she gets here? Well, technically it's Natsuki's turn to choose what we do. She's the only one whose name hasn't been drawn yet. Do you want to choose now, Natsuki, or wait until Sayori gets here? Just looks odd. I mean, that's the MPT. Being MPT was like, eh. I mean, not all of the MPT expressions look odd. There's, I mean, because it lets you combine pretty much any like expression part, like any eyes with any nose, any mouth, any eyebrows, like in any combination, you can get some really weird, really goofy looking combinations. So it's kind of you know, kind of on you to make sure to pick ones that don't look goofy if you want it to be a serious scene. Like on you, the mod author, I mean. I suppose I feel like they made strange default choices just for the sake of variance, but in general I really like MT. Yeah, exactly. No, I feel the same way. Some of the defaults are weird, but that's okay. They're really easy to change, so yeah. Anyway, moving on. Kind of like everyone to be here if possible. Maybe we could just do our own things until Sayori gets here. Sounds good to me. Club disperses. They just wink out of existence. After a while, Monika and Natsuki start talking while Yuri and MC do the same. Who to check in on? Let's go with Monika and Natsuki first, I guess. Natsuki, there's something I wanted to tell you. I've been worried sick all day. In fact, I've been completely freaking out. Not having control, it's been almost paralyzing. I'm always worried that suddenly you'll mess with something you shouldn't, or mess with me, or delete me. It's been hard to cope. I don't do well with being completely at the mercy of things I can't control. But so far as I can tell, you haven't done anything. You've been really responsible, and I really appreciate that. I know you're really upset at first with me for what I did. I wouldn't have blamed you if you wanted to hurt me or get back at me for it, but instead you've been very kind. I'd like to think I'd have been as forgiving as you if our situations were reversed, but I'm not sure I would. Oof. There's a little brutal honesty there. Excuse me. I think you would have. You're a very nice person at heart. You only did what you did because you thought none of it was real, and I have to say, I kind of get it now. I was just angry before, and after I was angry I forgave you, but still didn't have any empathy. But now I do. Dealing with all this, it's overwhelming, and I totally get why you would become so desperate. After talking to Tormies today, I even get what the attraction is. The expression change. Monika there. Sorry. Now calm down. I'm not going to steal them away from you. Just got a sweat drop there. Not really interested. I just understand that feeling of genuineness that must be so appealing to you. And that was just the initial fascination, though. There's so much more to Tormies than that. There is? How would you know? They're their own person, one that crossed paths with me through the most unlikely chance in the world. Okay, calm down there, sweet talker. For what it's worth, you're welcome for me not being too pissed at you for what happened. I will continue to treat you decently so long as you continue to not be a jerkwad. I guess that's all I can ask. We cut of existence again. Yuri and MC are still quietly talking by the closet. So, have you actually read Death Note? No, I've just seen the anime. Supposedly they're not too different. I was pretty pleasantly surprised. This manga has some pretty significant things to say about human nature. and it manages a pretty complex story without any discrepancies and while keeping all the characters believable. Life's descent into madness seems perfectly logical every step of the way. I've been writing a little recently, and I'm astonished at how difficult it is to keep even a simple story coherent. So it's been impressive to read something so complex done so well, especially in a visual format. What is it you're writing? Is this the secret project you never got to show us? It is. I found a way to cleanly make mods of our game without sentient characters. Oh, really? Author complaint? I see. That's really meta, so I guess you're writing stories about us? Not yet. So far I'm just messing around trying to get the hang of everything. But eventually, yeah, I'm going to write stories about us. It's hard to write an even moderately complex story while keeping it coherent. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. I think it'll be really interesting to see what people in the real world have to say about a mod made from a game character. Who knows, I guess. Just be careful, okay? I know we're trying to learn more about how our game works, but I'd rather we not mess anything up. And have you talked to Monica about this? You know how she feels about doing stuff to her recursive characters. Yeah, I already told her. And don't worry, like I said, I took out the sentience. Or, more accurately, I took out everything that wasn't sentience, and I'm using that. But again, what does it mean if the game itself is sentient? Anyway, cool. Well, if you ever get it really simplified and easy, let me know. I'd like to try my hand at writing some stories too. I will. Sayori suddenly burst through the door. Hey, interesting choice of song. Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I was learning how to play guitar. Turns out it's really hard. Sayori immediately walks over to Natsuki. So, Natsuki, what are we doing today? Hope I didn't miss your activity. I tried to get here as soon as I could. Well, come on, I know you gotta have a great idea for us. Well, yes. I actually had trouble coming up with an idea. At first I thought maybe we could all memorize parts for a play together, we could put it on somewhere, but then I realized that'd take way longer than one club session. Yeah, it would. But I don't even know where we perform it if we did. I don't know, you could do an improv scene, I guess. I mean, you wrote an improv story, kind of, last session. I'm driving the conversation for no reason in particular. Then I thought, maybe I could make you all create a fan manga for Parfait Girl so I could finally get a sequel. But that would also take a long time, and I don't think anyone here is really an artist. 5 writers and no artists. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So finally I thought of something we could do. Something that we can all enjoy, which will also appease our adoring nerd fans. Video games. Nice. What video game? Hang on a second. This is the Literature Club. I don't put too many limits on what you can choose for the activity, but it does have to have at least some literary value. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, listen up, Boomer. I am exactly your age. You are a boomer and you have boomer opinions. So listen up and get educated. First of all, video games are absolutely literature, or at least some of them are. They tell rich stories in which it's really easy to get immersed since you can make decisions about what happens. And the ability to interact opens up a ton of creative possibilities that aren't possible with other media. So the game we're playing today is a story-driven game. Basically, you have the opportunity to make various choices. It's called The Walking Dead. Okay. Oh boy. Like the HBO show. Okay, again, wow. Yes, the HBO show Boomerica. Boomerica? Boomerica? How would you pronounce it? I don't know. I think Boomerica rolls off the tongue better without the letter I in there. Boomerica is correct. This is canon. Okay. Just realized I made the same joke in Club Meetings Abridged. Ha. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. But also the extremely successful graphic novel that originated all of it. Don't you mean comic book? Wow. Wait, that was on purpose, wasn't it? Maybe. It's not too scary, is it? Well, it's a little scary, not going to lie, but it's got more tragedy than outright scariness. People supporting each other more often, turning against each other in dark times, that kind of thing. Good, I like that better. The group assembles around the club's PC. Wait, who's actually going to hold the controller? Well, parts of the game are kind of twitchy, so we want someone with prior gaming experience. Or we could give it to Yuri instead and just have all of us shout at her what to do and see if that produces quality content. Uh-huh. Sorry, great, I love tragedy. Yeah, pretty much. Please don't do that. Anyway, I vote either myself or MC. I kind of like the idea of giving it to Yuri, but we all nicely make suggestions. She has the least experience with this kind of thing, so she'd get the most out of it, hopefully. That makes sense to me. Are you up for it, Yuri? We don't want to pressure you into anything. Alright, I guess so. If it's what you guys want. You guys are going to have to teach me the controls, though. It's been an awfully long period with no one on the screen here. Were you on a deadline? You didn't have time to do the posing here for the scene? Anyway. No problem, it's super simple. Mostly all you have to do that requires any kind of quickness is just point at what choice you want to make, really. And then the rest of the time you move around in a third-person view and talk to people. Nothing too hard. Okay, just don't be bad if I mess something up. Felt weird to pose them and have us standing where the screen is? Made the same choice for Hamlet? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it makes sense. Consistency. Oh, we won't, but let's make sure to save often. Good advice. After all, you never know when something unexpected might happen. Reference to the original game. Okay, bad joke. I like your joke, Monica. Oh, Sanica confirmed. Thank you, Sayori. Moving on. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Walking Dead game or show, to be honest. So, I have a feeling this is going to have references going over my head here. Excuse me. This poor little girl. Yeah, Clementine's in a tough spot at the start of the game. Okay, the game will sort of explain its consequences of the choices. Yeah. Mod does not presume familiarity. Yeah, that's good. Unlike some other mods I could name. Yeah, I mean, there are some mods that are just full of things that just go while I'm playing it. I'm like, well, I guess that was a reference to something. Let's move on. You just have to do that. Go like that. A few other mods, a smidgen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do my best to have, like, if I'm going to include a reference, to not have it, not have it important to the plot or understanding or anything for the audience. Like, it's just there as a bonus for those people who get it. Like, random example, in Doki Doki Storm, there's a Lord of the Rings reference. I don't actually say it's Lord of the Rings, though. Natsuki refers to a book about a bunch of people who are trying to destroy a ring for some reason. But it's like, it's just a passing comment, and then it moves on. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. Oh yeah, side note, I read Fellowship of the Ring. It's boring. The book is boring. The movie really livened it up. Like, it's amazing what they did with the material when they brought it to the big screen. Does you know this mods dies of sadness? What are you? Were you particularly fond of Fellowship of the Ring? I'm sorry, it's dull. It spends far too long describing the landscape and their path where they're going, and the characters are really uninteresting of the whole LOTR book. Kabir, you'll be so sad you dislike all that. Well, I mean, I don't know, just what it is. I'm told the later books get more interesting, but I don't know. I'd sort of lost interest by then. it's, um, yeah, and like the whole Tom Bombadil part, which they thankfully graciously excised from the movie, was just like I had to stop reading for the time. It was like, oh, that is so boring. Like it's just the whole plot just grinds to a halt, so they can have a whole lot of nothing happen. And it's just it just kills the momentum of everything. And then after that it gets to the inn and they meet Strider and it's like, oh hey, things suddenly got interesting again. Now that Tom Bombadil's gone, yay! Let's good riddance. Let's not bring him back again. I like all three parts of LTR. It would have been really hard to make Tom Bombadil work in film. Yeah. It's important in backlore flavor, but it does mess with the pacing. Oh yeah, I mean, I mean, it's been theorized that the only reason for the existence of his character there is like J.R.R. Tolkien was writing that book right after The Hobbit, and The Hobbit was done sort of episodically because these were stories that he told as kid before actually writing them down and then turning them into books. Like these are just like verbally told stories that these like bedtime stories he told to his kid. Is the origin of the Hobbit? Yeah. Because it was sort of originally a bunch of disjointed little stories. The beginnings of Fellowship of the Ring was sort of told in that sort of fashion. So the whole Tom Bombadil section was this little isolated section of the book, which was disconnected from everything else. So, so Frodo's quest to destroy the ring and all that. It really gets completely sidetracked for this disconnected story, which has nothing to do with anything. And then it almost doesn't get mentioned again. I believe Gandalf makes a passing reference to Tom Bombadil, but it's only there to lampshade it and say, yes, we're aware of Tom Bombadil. Now, let's not talk about him anymore. That's a trope, lamp shading. It's when you acknowledge the thing, like yes, it's there. We're gonna put a lampshade over it just to hide it from view, and we're just gonna pretend it's not there. And he spun the Hobbit off into the LOTR stories to justify his fake language he created. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, and there was some. There were a few moments like Gandalf lampshading Tom Bombadil. There were a few moments like that I noticed where it sort of felt like Tolkien was like, somebody said, well, what about this or what about that, and he just lampshaded. Okay, we're lampshading that and moving on. I get, because I mean the my understanding is his kid helped him keep the story on track because it was his kid. Like when he was telling the story like orally and so on, his kid would say, well, yeah, but what about this or what about that, and he was and his response was to go, damn the boy, and then write stuff down so he could remember those details. Yeah, like one thing comes to mind when the circle of what you call it, like the meeting of Elrond, the meeting with the elves when they're discussing what they're going to do about the ring, and they eventually come to the decision, okay, we have to go destroy it. And they're talking about how Gollum got captured by Sauron's forces, and they found out about the Shire and all that. And then Gandalf's initial reaction is surprise, and then later on, he has someone makes a comment about Gandalf hearing about Gollum for the first time, and Gandalf replies, "You were inattentive. I was already there when they were talking about such and such, so I already knew that." It's funny because I get the feeling that you were inattentive. The line quote "you were inattentive" unquote was sort of like Tolkien kind of admonishing himself for being inattentive, for not catching that detail, and then just retconning it afterward. Well, actually, I already knew that. Kind of. I'm probably not explaining it very well. It's just I just kind of thought it was a funny moment, like just from in the context of knowing Tolkien's process for writing the book. It just made that line kind of funny. Anyway, I'm rambling so much here. Investor, very cute. How many iconic Gollum taunts does he have? Not surprised there was another character that's another character surprise. I believe his line is, "That is indeed unfortunate," which doesn't necessarily indicate surprise, but I don't know. I remember when I was reading it in the context, and it sounded like he was reacting as though he just heard it for the first time. Heard about from the old bird. That's yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna move on because I've rambled too much. Yeah, Clementine's at a tough spot at the start of the game. It's asking if we should leave before nightfall or after nightfall. I guess the conventional wisdom is you leave afterwards, makes it harder for walkers to see you. But do we even know if this is the kind of zombie where it matters? True, it might be better just to be able to see trouble coming. Do they operate by Train to Busan rules, or? I watched Train to Busan recently. It's a zombie movie. Which takes place in a train in Korea, hence the title. Good movie, by the way. It's basically a movie about the battle between. It's really about the battle between people who are selfish and only in for themselves, and people who are who want to be selfless and help each other and work together. Like that's just a recurring struggle and theme, like from beginning to end of the movie. And the main character is someone who's on the cusp of trying to figure out what side of that line he's on. So that's neat. Yeah, good zombie movie as far as those go. Standard slow Romero zombies. Yeah. It's it also depends on things like, are they the slow shambling zombies, or are they like 28 days later, like real, feral rushing at you zombies kind of thing. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah, sorry. I only mentioned Train to Busan because when it gets dark, when the train goes through a tunnel, like the zombies sort of shut down because they can't see anyone. Anyway, moving on. True. It might be better just to be able to see trouble coming. Yeah, I think we'll go do it with the daytime. Oh, this part sucks. No spoilers, Natsuki. Oh, no more walkers. Sean's being attacked. Wait, Herschel wants you to save him while he goes and gets his gun. Convenient. Oh, wait, Duck, no. Now they got Duck too. Oh, who do I save? This is a terrible decision to have to make. I have to save Duck. He's only a child. I don't think Sean is likely to make it now anyway. Man, you're really fast with the moral reasoning. This Larry guy's a huge jerk. Yeah. Yep. I can't believe he wants to kill Duck just because he thinks he might have been bitten. He doesn't even know. Oh, I have to make a choice here too, I guess. Wait, between Kenny and Larry. Wow, that's an easy choice. Yeah. Again, this is all. I don't know who any of these characters are. I have no context for understanding anything that's happening here. Beer pack, okay. Yeah. Yeah, especially if you don't want Larry to just murder a child. Don't worry about it. Context unnecessary. Oh, that woman's bitten. She wants to kill herself. That seems like the merciful thing to do. But shouldn't we be saving resources for the living? How cruel. We can spare one bullet, right? Plus, if she shoots herself now, she won't be a zombie. I forget, do these zombies hear things and move towards them? Yeah, I think so. I still want to give her the gun. I vote keep the gun. I've played this, I'm not gonna say. I've also played it. Give her the gun. Okay. Everyone ... What's this ominous silence? Lee is so kind. I don't care if he's a convict. Oh man, that's Lee's brother dead, isn't it? Yeah, again, I get the definite feeling that there's... Just give her the gun followed by this long pause, this long extended ellipsis is implying... It carries a lot of implications. I'll just say. She just dies, that's all? Oh, okay. I mean, surely you don't have to give her the gun if she's just gonna off herself? I mean, I don't know, maybe... I mean, sure that means you get the gun back afterward? I don't know. Anyway, I have no context for what's happening at that point. Moving right along. This is a sad game. Poor guy. Lee or Lee's brother? Both, but I mean Lee. I meant Lee. I mean, he's not doing great even by zombie apocalypse standards. Well, he's alive. True, he did have to put an axe in his zombie brother's head though. Yeesh. It's interesting how he's having to manage his relationship with Clementine. He's basically her dad now, and both of them seem to have quietly realized it. And he's taking to it immediately. That's definitely one of the core narrative contents of the season of the game. Season? Yeah, this season has 5 little episodic games in it. There are a few seasons of the game. What's that, Monica? Are you excited for more of this content? Does the narrative intrigue you? Honestly, yes, I had my doubts, but this is definitely literature. Oh, not another decision about who to save. I want to talk about this one. I almost feel like we should do whatever is best for Lee here. Carly knows Lee's secret, that he's a convict. Yeah, but she seems to be on his side. They're both pretty competent and bring stuff to the group. I think Carly's just a little nicer. She's blunt, but she's nicer. I think she's slightly better for the group's dynamic. She's more wholesome. I'm gonna save her. ... Another extended ellipsis. Yeah, welcome back, ProCube. We're apparently playing The Walking Dead here. Still. The other guy dies. I mean, I'm getting the definite feeling that this is the kind of game where, like, lots of people die. Anyway. Oh, so sorry, Doug. Oh, that's the end of the game. Man, kind of ended on a cliffhanger. I guess they really want us to play the next one. Yeah, but that can wait for next time when the Literature Club plays The Walking Dead. Are you going to have us do this again? Yeah, maybe. Or you all could play it on your own and make your own choices. It's kind of fun making the choice together, though. Yeah, I wonder if I would have done anything differently playing by myself. I definitely would have not given that lady the gun. But her passing was so gentle because he did, though. One less bullet. Classic Monica. Hey, just thinking about the welfare of other people. Anyway, it's poem time. Let's go over to the front. Okay, everyone. Time for poems. The theme for this week was school, and I'm excited to see what you guys came up with. I'll start us off this week. School spirit. You know exactly who did it. Drained the school of its spirit. Sent them all out to waste. Stuck up the chase. Someone sat here before. They walked through your door. They came to this school. They made it their tool. Into your queendom, faking their freedom. What they are is not what they look. A smiling bait, the fish to the hook. And now what is left? You'll pay their theft. If you so constantly excel, take your revenge against yourself. Sorry, I have to read that again because I got distracted because it just occurred to me when I was going around posting links to the stream, I completely forgot to I think I did. Yep, I completely forgot to put a link in the DDMC Discord. Whoops, I put it on my usual places, but oops. Let me just put a note there right now. There you go. Anyway, sorry. Before they walked through your door, they came to your school and made it their tool. School spirit. Yeah. What could Blanca's meaning be behind this? I mean, I'm trying to think where she's coming from in this context. Like, is she writing this from the perspective of someone who was, aware that everything is fake and just coming to it from a different place of not having awareness of the game or something? I don't know. Could this be related to, how she messed everything up in the original game, or that she's so constantly excel, take your revenge against yourself? Yeah, I don't know. Take your revenge against yourself. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of having trouble making head or tails of this, to be honest. Alright, moving right along. Ooh, I really like the rhythm of this one. I think I started swaying back and forth while I was listening to it. I'm not sure I get it, though. I think it's capable of many different interpretations. I read it as being about some kind of interloper. The school was something good, a queendom even. But then someone came and ruined it, or stole it. And now the speaker has to pick up the pieces. I definitely agree that as someone coming in and taking what's hers, someone took what was completely positive and nice and injected it with a bunch of drama. I'm not sure I get what about the school was so worth having in the first place, I guess. This one's completely beyond me, I think. I'm also not sure what the person speaking sees as so valuable. Any hints, Monica? In this one, I'd like to speak for itself, or be a little mysterious if it doesn't. I definitely agree with Yuri that there are perhaps several ways you could read this. Who's next? Yeah, well, we're leaving it up to interpretation, I guess. Sorry, hold on a second. Sorry. No, I think I'll just leave that. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking something. Moving right along. I'll go next. I'm glad mine isn't the only one whose meaning is kind of secret. Sacrifices. Swimming in the sea, but the water's over me. Falling, falling down, I feel that I'll drown. Then the coral touches my toes, I get my footing below, and leap off feet that are bare. I jump back to the air, but the coral is sharp and hard. Pain takes me off my guard. My feet are cut and bleed into the stinging salty sea. Well, I mean, the obvious first question is, well, what connection does this have with school? I mean, first thought that comes to mind is it's connected with her, newfound popularity with those people who are kind of toxic and she doesn't actually really want to associate with. But she does because it's she likes that feeling of being popular. And the coral doesn't. Maybe of course sharp and hard paint takes me up. Yeah, I don't know. I just sort of imagine if she wants like the height of popularity being having the water overhead feels like it doesn't feel like a perfect fit. But on the other hand, maybe she this is just her feeling like she's in over her head in general in those situations. And it could also be like she's feeling like she's in over her head in terms of being the club president and having that game awareness and all that. Although that wouldn't relate to school per se. I'm just sort of imagining like the effort of pushing off, getting back up is it hurts her. I don't know. Anyway, let's move right along. The imagery of this one is easier to understand than Monica's was, and the title is kind of a clue, I guess. But I still don't understand what this has to do with school. It's about keeping your head above water at school. But you have to pay some kind of cost to do so. That would seem to be the case. What kind of cost probably varies from person to person. Maybe it's also about the painful process of growing up. For some reason, the feeling of the poem feels a lot like the pain of pushing yourself forward, And how much it can hurt to have to move yourself onwards and upwards. So far, our poems are all very abstract. So about you, Yuri? I'll let you judge for yourselves. Hey, we didn't. I don't. We didn't hear Sayori's opinion. Oh well. Hey, Nola Peekaver, welcome to the stream. How's it going? First time chatter, I see. How did you find your way here? You don't have to answer that. I'm just curious. Anyway, moving on. I'll let you judge for yourselves. When I look up, when I look down, the land is vast. Tall, shining mountains glimmer against the immense horizon. Ancient forests, wide and wide, stretch without end, and the world is filled with magic. When I look up, the world is small. Monochrome walls claustrophobically surround me. Mazes of well-ordered halls all alike. Dullness is the design. When I look down, I hear rushing streams, the whistle of trains, the galloping of horses. The wind blows by so loudly I can almost feel it in my hair. The pulse of the world beats in my ears. When I look up, an analog clock ticks faintly. A droning voice repeats facts long known, and all else is pallid silence. The flow of the world is still, congealed. When I look down, people are complex and beautiful, creatures of marvelous conviction, skill, and grandeur, heroes, villains, their souls fill the world and give it purpose. When I look up, people are predictable and identical, carbon copies, capable of the basest pettiness and triviality, grand not even in evil. Their souls stand still and blank on the face of the world, like blank gray rocks lending nothing, so I look down. Huh. Neat. So she's basically comparing, like, looking down at her book and being lost in a world compared to, like, looking up, like, in her classroom seat and just seeing the school. Monochrome walls, claustrophobic, and analog clock. Do schools all still have, like, analog clocks on every wall? Like, I feel like every school I've been in, I mean, I guess not college. Every school I've been in, there's always an analog clock that ticks, like, on the walls. We really liked the scenery descriptions in LOTR. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's neat. I like the comment. The basest pettiness and triviality, grand, not even in evil. Um, like, talking about the petty drama and fighting that random people in high school, and, or that people of that age get into is like, like, it's so petty. Like, why are you fighting over this? Like, even when you're being evil, it's not even interesting. It's not even an interesting kind of evil. It's just you're just being petty for no reason. Grand, not even an evil does feel like a Yuri line. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's that saying? The banality of evil. Like in real life, the people who do the most harm, the most evil, are frankly pretty ordinary people. Anyway. Oh, the author is so talented. Yeah. Obama medal meme continues, yeah. Anyway, it's cool. I like this one. Anyway, moving on. So yours wasn't abstract. This is definitely directly school related. I like the contrast in this poem. Yuri really gets across her point of view. The real world isn't a very good competitor for a fictional world sometimes, is it? You guys ever notice how negative our poems tend to be? Oh, are you just noticing that now, Noski? Something, nobody here has trauma. There are exceptions, but we almost always write about sad stuff, or at least things that are difficult and challenging. It's my understanding that poetry, especially by younger people like us, often drifts towards being about negative stuff. Among other things, poetry is a way to work out difficult feelings and emotions in your life. Well, yeah, there you go. Sometimes it's nice to write about pleasant or joyous things, but given how much of an outlet it is, usually people our age use it to vent. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's pretty much like, yeah, like I'm thinking of like all of the mods I've written, pretty much every, really anything I've written. Like, I feel compelled to always put some kind of angst in there somewhere. It can't just be all happy all the time. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should, like, just as a personal exercise, just try to write something that's all happy all the time or something, Yeah. I there's a comment about that in Turquoise actually. You know, my Psionica mod upcoming. You know, shameless plug. Where I comment on that, like, because Sayori's watching this like happy feel good kind of show, and Monica comments on how refreshing it is that it just, hey, everyone is just nice in this show. Like, how about that? That's a novelty. Like, there was no angst. There's no people being mean for no reason. How about that? What a concept. Because, you know, it can be refreshing at times. Like I mentioned in the previous session that the so-called the gay ass one shots. What the heck? I bookmarked them. Let me just I'll just post a link here. Hold on a second. Let's put a link in chat. Here, I'll just search my bookmarks. Should have searched my bookmarks for gay. Uh-oh, too many hits. I'm just joking. Yeah, gay ass one shots is the title. And hey, since it's, you know, Pride Month and all, it's a good time for these things. It's just, they're just cute, you know. It's just these comply exactly. It's just these short, you know, it's just a few paragraphs long each, really short, cute, sweet scenes where nothing bad happens, and and everybody's happy, and it's not normally my thing, but there's something strangely refreshing about it, you know. DDLC AO3, fuck yeah. Saying I visited AO3. You all like episode 11 of Club Meetings? Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, moving right along. Or so I have been told, yeah. You know, there's something interesting about Natsuki and Yuri's poems today. Yuri's poem is definitely in her style, but it's structured and concrete. While Natsuki's poem, also in her style, uses a very abstract metaphor capable of more than one interpretation. It's almost like they're writing in each other's styles. More foreshadowing? Trying to write in someone else's voice can be a really useful exercise. It helps you try out new things. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as much as I like writing Storm for having Yuri, a character to identify with, it is interesting writing from Sayori's point of view in Turquoise and trying to consciously change up her internal monologue and you know, make it fit her character more. I did a bit of that in one of the Storm epilogues as well. I wrote a scene from Natsuki's point of view. Hopefully I did her justice. Anyway, moving on. Someone else's voice can be reused, helps try new things. That's Monica's writing tip of the day. What's with this expression? This must be another one of those MPT defaults. Like, those eyes that make the whole face look weird. Anyway, moving on. Going back for a second, I think there's a lot of truth to what you said about the usefulness of poems for venting. Sometimes when everything sucks, I like to just push my pen into a piece of paper and see what happens. What I write doesn't always end up very readable when I do that, but I still like to do it. Case in point, my poem for this week. Uh-oh. Justified. Oh no. No. None of you are allowed. 1,000 arrows are aimed at you, at the gaps in your armor. Flee now, before I burn the world from under you. Well, yikes. Sorry, this is about school? No issues? Yeah. Yeah, nobody's experienced any trauma here. 1,000 1,000 arrows are aimed at you at the gaps in your armor. Flee now before I burn the world from under you. That sounds drastic. Okay. Welp. Definitely a venting poem. Little alarmed reactions from Monica and MC. The tone is much more angry than is usual for you, Sayori. It's a very strange emotion to hear coming from your writing voice. But it is also sharp and stark, like a slap in the face or an icy cold wind. I think the poem is excellent. This one's actually kind of frightening. This kind of anger and violence from someone so kind and bright really is very impactful. She got into an argument with the Mr. Cow haters. Yeah. Well, don't worry. It's not really about you guys or anything. It's just about the whole school experience. ... Well, MC, I guess that leaves you. Okay. Kind of wondered if MC was going to comment about Sayori's poem, but it's kind of thing like there is nothing he can say that's not going to be awkward in some way, considering, you know, their last meeting last week. Probably bestly not exactly. Yeah, there's no win there. There's nothing he can say about it. That's not going to be, yeah, better. And moving on. No problem. Still here. Where does it end? These things you have to know, you'll need them. And these things you have to know, you won't. It feels your whole life goes by as you learn things you can't live while you can't live while you learn, so you don't. I want to be alive. I want to do things more than I want to know them. Fretting, pacing in my container, I'm a race car with the throttle out, chained to a wall like an anchor. But I'm not free yet. When I unchain one manacle from my leg, they put it on the other. I have to do as I'm told and go where I'm sent. They say that someday I'll be able to run, but where does it end? Yeah. Sorry, bear with me. Yeah, it's sort of that sort of feeling of I just yeah. How do I put this into words? Since we know he's talking about school, these things you have to know, you'll need them. All these things you have to know, you won't. Yeah, I mean, school does kind of it does put a lot of focus on things that you don't really need. You know, like the most common jokes are like, why did we learn the Pythagorean theorem? Or, you know, that line about the mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell. And we don't learn things like how to pay taxes, or, you know, things that you actually might need in life. There's yeah, I don't know. It kind of comes back to like someone made the comment about public education in general is kind of a social experiment in itself. I mean, public education is, in, you know, for all intents and purposes, it's a relatively new concept. Like 100 years ago, there wasn't a school system like we think of it today. Like nothing even close, you know. And figuring out what's best to teach kids as they're growing up is and how to go about it is it's basically a subject of constant debate. You know, it's tough. Like there are like historical socioeconomic reasons for a lot of the things that were taught or have been taught over the decades. but yeah, they don't necessarily prepare you for how things actually are out in the world. It's a thing. It's a rather fraught thing. Um, anyway, moving right along. Man, that one really hits me where I live. I totally get that feeling. Sometimes it feels like we're set up to do absolutely nothing with our lives except sit in these freaking classrooms. Sucks. Anyway, I dig the poem. It's very gettable. Thanks. I really don't hate school all that much, but sometimes it makes me feel really antsy. We're at the age where we're supposed to be grown up, but they make us sit here and we can't really start our own lives. Sometimes it's frustrating. I just want to get out there in the world and live, you know? And that's pretty understandable. I feel the same way myself most of the time. Sort of. Well, unless anyone has any more feedback, I guess it's time to get set up for emails. Don't forget that you can send in emails for us to read. We can't always answer all of them live, but I've been working hard to answer all the emails you guys send. My address is lit.club.prez.monica@gmail.com. Give me just a second to get everything set up. And this one is for the girls' favorite date ideas. Okay, I'm gonna go use the washroom. I will be right back. I'm just gonna... And back again. So I think you should have made the email a sprite on like Z order 4 billion or something so the girls' heads don't cover it all. Yeah, that would be an option. Like 100, hold on, what was the GUI elements on? I don't actually know. But I do think there's something to be said for at least having a frame that you pause on and like don't advance until the player push something like so that they definitely have time to take as long as they want to read it. Like, I think it would be good to have like a single frame with ... here, just so that there's while the email's on the screen, so the player definitely has time to read it. In my opinion. Yes, I learned that lesson fairly quickly. Yeah. Emails get interrupted by heads less. Yeah, exactly. Season 2, I'm basically only doing that. Cool, cool. Sorry, let me just need to type something really quick here. Sorry, bear with me. Okay. Alright, sorry, moving right along. Oh yeah. Sorry, I decided I wanted to move the chat over to this side so they can see the email. Excuse me. Got more water while I was up. Okay, so, favorite date ideas. Poor Yuri. Well, personally, I've never been on one. But perhaps unsurprisingly, I love the idea of a bookstore. Assuming any brick-and-mortar bookstores still exist, of course. But you could browse the shelves together and then sit together and read. Wait, what do you mean, assuming they exist? Like, surely she knows. I mean, if they exist in the game world. But anyway, I feel like seeing what the other person picked out to read would help you get to know them better. Plus, most physical bookstores have a coffee shop or something right next to them, so you have easy access to hot drinks. My answer is probably kind of boring, so I'll just get out of the way. Just making a sarcastic comment about the slow economic death of physical bookstores? Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm really honest, I don't do a whole lot of reading of physical books these days. Yeah, I mean, I have theoretically been making my way through the Terry Pratchett's Discworld series, although, yeah, like I'm reading through the books for those, but I haven't touched it in a while. I'm still sitting. I've got Sorcery there that I've been reading. That's the title of the book, Sorcery, but source is spelled SOURCE because it's a pun. Because Terry Pratchett likes doing that. Which I'm like 80% of the way through the book, and I've been meaning to get back to it, and I'm like, but I've just been caught up in other things like writing Turquoise and stuff. So. Whoops. I'll get back to that at some point. But I would, it would be nice to get back to reading actual, physical books and stuff. Anyway, moving right along. Sayori's date idea. My answer is probably kind of boring, so I'll just get out of the way. I just want to do whatever the other person wanted to do. It just makes me happy when other people get to do things they like. Plus, I'm game for just about anything so long as the other person's genuinely into it. I definitely agree that what the other person is into is super important. Blushing face here. So I'd be fine with whatever they want to do, really. But I do have some preferences of my own. Like, for instance, I really like a night in the city or in some other lively place. I love being at the heart of the activity, feeling the pulse of so many people, being able to do whatever catches my eye, not having to go anywhere until I feel like it. Doing that with someone I care about sounds lovely. Okay, so first of all, movies are overrated. They're okay once you've gone on a few other dates with the person, but they suck as a first date. You don't look at each other, you don't talk, and there's this other huge thing draining attention. Yeah. Yeah, no, fair point. I mean, it's it is a common like date thing to do like dinner and a movie kind of thing. But yeah, movie watching a movie is non-interactive generally speaking. Natsuki romance master, haha. Yeah. unless, unless of course it's that quote unquote Netflix and chill thing. uh, which makes it a little funny that Natsuki's bringing because I believe that there is a mod called Natsuki and Chill, which is based on that concept. um, I haven't played it, so I can't comment on it, but apparently it's really racy. Moving right along. I guess some people like that, but I like to get to know someone on a date, and that's not how. Yeah. No, I hear you there, Natsuki. Like I like genuinely just spending time with people and just talking to them. Like even going out for coffee is good for that sort of thing. I mean, going out for coffee is generally it's kind of generally a nice thing to do, like whether it's a date or just meeting, getting to know someone. Like even though I don't drink coffee myself, like I'll just get hot chocolate instead, whatever. But it's just as something as an excuse to spend time together and talk in an innocent, casual, non-threatening kind of way. If that makes any sense. It's like it doesn't have to be like a romantic date kind of thing. It's just a way of getting to know someone. It's pretty good. Natsuki and Chill is canon to club meetings, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah, I see the BRB 5 minutes, but that probably means I should stop rambling because Dev says they like it when I ramble, so maybe I should save the rambling for when they're here. Anyway, moving on. Now, some people go to the opposite direction and they want to go to a museum or botanical garden or some intellectual shit like that. No offense, Yuri. Yuri's smile there. None taken. Honestly, for me, that kind of thing is not only too highbrow, it's just too much pressure early on. Here, tell me what you think of this exquisite 18th century master. Is his work not sublime? Shall you not be betrothed by daybreak? F that, too pretentious, too much pressure. Plus, to be honest, that's just not my scene and it's kind of boring. Now, what I want is something where I can get to know them, but with something fast-paced. Like, laser tag. Oh, okay. That's her idea of how to get to know somebody. All right then. Or an arcade. I say, you don't really know someone until you've done battle into them. If you Tito's T-pose for 5 seconds, it disappears after being outside of DTCM's render distance too long. DTCM returns to chat, Tito's loads back in and continues rambling. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should just stand here like this for 5 minutes. Anyway, moving on. And doing fast-paced frenetic game stuff with someone is a great way to know the real them. You get to see how they genuinely react when they're pissed or challenged or have the advantage, and that's good information. That's an interesting take on it, actually. The only problem is that not everyone is up for that kind of date. Yeah. But if you do get someone on one of those, it's a lot of fun and you'll learn real quick if you guys have vibe. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of play a lot of video games myself, so hey, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind to like a gaming kind of date. That's kind of neat. Kind of a neat idea. I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Oh wait, I'm doing commentary when Dev isn't here. Oh well. Anyway, what is like I said before? I'll say it again. Like I grew up in the '80s. And being a nerd in the '80s isn't like being a nerd nowadays. Being into video games is bit more of a loner activity. I mean, it's not a ton. I mean, I had friends who were into video games back then too. It's just I don't know. It feels like it's different now. Like it feels like more of a sociable thing. And you know, streaming myself playing games while having an audience to chat with is a really neat experience compared to just playing on my own. It makes it more of a sociable thing rather than just like the thing I do by myself or whatever. Laser tag, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the idea of going on a date for that though. That's something I haven't done. Something I haven't really considered, I guess. I mean, I've only had one girlfriend who was like super into video games, and I'm just thinking back. I mean, we did play some games together. I didn't really think of them as dates, I guess. I have fond memories of I don't know how much details you go into. It was for anyone who's familiar with the show mythos, like Trilby's Notes and all that, 5 Days a Stranger, the games that Yahtzee Croshaw made, from Zero Punctuation. He makes video games like like some interesting story-based games, like some adventure type games, like point and click style kind of things. I like we played that together, and I like read everything in dramatic voices, and I remember that being kind of fun. Kind of like what I'm doing here with reading these in dramatic voices, But anyway, moving right along. If you do get someone one of those, it's a lot of fun. You'll learn real quick if you guys have vibe. Plus, doing a strenuous physical activity together is a good primer. What is this comment? With that face. Excuse me. Okay, next question. For just Monica, how's it going trying to get out? Do you have any leads? Love forever, wise but... Oh no, don't do that to her. Primer for what, Noski? Yes, indeed. Good question, Noski. Primer for what? Anyway, moving on. Not really, no. Not that I haven't been trying. I still spend a lot of time trying to learn programming and computer science generally. Unfortunately, the more I learn, the more I start feeling like finding a way to your world is delusional all along. Yeah, I can see that. No matter how good I get at it, there's just no way to create a portal through to you or whatever. It might be impossible to do from my end. Maybe someday it'll be possible in your world to upload my mind somehow to a biological or artificial body, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything on my end, no matter how much I try. She still tries though, Blaze. She spends way too much time on it even though she knows it's not realistic. Oh dear. Oh, that is unhealthy. The others always tell me I should try to stop being so invested in it, but it's hard. I'm just blushing. It's just so much more you could be doing with that time, and that would make you happier, I think. Artificial body for intelligence was in fact an idea I had once. It's not healthy to stay obsessed with something you can't have, no matter how much you love it. Look, she's working on it, probably more than she should. She loves you, and again, she's doing everything in her power, even though she knows it's probably impossible. Yeesh. Next question. To me, what's everyone's favorite board games? And here, it was my second DDLC mod, for that matter. A prank I played on my cousin? So wait. She went relatively in-depth in the first bodiless iteration of it? I like just... Sorry, I'm a bit confused. Second DDLC mod, for that matter, a prank playing a cousin? I'm a bit confused. You created an artificial body for intelligence? Like what? Anyway, moving on. Mine's chess. That might not come as a surprise to some of you, but I really love chess. It's actually kind of a violent game once you really get to know it. Yeah, especially if you played the battle chess variant. I don't know. I'm just thinking, I mean, back in the 80s, there was this game called Battle Chess, like a video game, where, which had animation and stuff, like the pieces actually duke it out when one piece takes another, like they fight it out and one kills the other. I'm thinking there's gotta be a modern variant of that somewhere. Or if there isn't, there's got to be a niche market for it, I suppose. But hey, Juice Polydot, hello, welcome to the stream. First time chatter I see. Thanks for stopping by. And welcome back, Dev. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm curious to know how you find your way to my stream. You don't have to answer. I always get curious about that. We're playing club meetings. It's a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club, and right now the characters are answering emails from the audience. Apparently. Anyway, I went through a few conversations with his wife to get details. What's this? Few conversations with his wife to get details about him that no one else could know, and using his wealthy status as the incentive, I convinced my cousin that Monica was an actual AI and wanted to use his wealth to facilitate the transferal of her consciousness to a physical construct. Okay. What? So you were trying to actually make her real? That was my second DDLC mod. Okay. That's a heck of a mod there. Well, good luck with that. Moving right along. It's this horrible melee battle in an enclosed space, and the slightest slip-up can lead to a brutal death, so it's very tense. But I guess that's kind of why I like it so much. I still read chess books and play through the games of strong players from time to time, but I'm not as good as I used to be. But, yeah, chess. Haha, and she has a chess game built into Monica After Story, so there you go. Follow DDLC as a game on Twitch along with a few other games, so I like to pop in here and there and see what people are playing. Cool. Especially when it's their first time playing, though I see this as a mod, so I figured I'd pop in and check it out. I don't know. Cool. There's top mod creator. Aw, pshh. Just because I've made 6 mods. I'm like whoever created this mod. Well, I mean, if you count each of the episodes as mods, I guess you've released what, 36 mods? I mean, do we count mods that are released episodically like this as individual mods? Second DDLC mod financially catfishing my family. Hahaha. But yeah, I get Juice Polydot's sort of, I mean, that whole idea of looking up other Let's Plays of DDLC, especially for the first time players, especially if they've been able to, play it unspoiled. There is something enjoyable and compelling, maybe a bit Schadenfreude-tastic about watching some people experience it for the first time, like especially all the Act 2 craziness and stuff. Like after I first discovered the game, I was kind of a little obsessed about that, and I looked up tons of playthroughs for it. I watched Game Grumps and G2 Live, and there was Bijou Mike, there was Markiplier, there was there were a few others like lesser known names. There was they're not coming back to me now, but there were a whole bunch of let's play videos I watched of the game I haven't really done that so much in a while because it's been 5 years now. I think episodes can count as individual mods. Cool. Prefer to count it by playtime. Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, some mods are very short. Counted as at least 3. The grim fascination of watching first-time DDLCers. Yeah, no kidding. It's not really helpful, like asking how many episodes of this movie. Yeah. Played Salvation. Oh yeah, and One Less Memory. Okay, yeah, both both mods from 12 Giz guy, or whatever his name is. Oh yeah, Edico. Edico is another one. Yes. Rest in peace. Yeah, that was another one that I watched. He had some really good reactions to it. He runs GT Live in my face. Yeah. Jacksepticeye. Yep, that was another one I watched. Yep. He runs PewDiePie. Lauren's site. Edico. Lots of well-known names. I've played it. Yeah. Let's play this mod real quick. You can stay awake for 100 hours straight to get through it all. I promise. Haha. Yeah. My favorite reactionary REP. Yeah, same. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, poor Edic. I didn't realize he was struggling that much with his mental health. Poor guy. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was going to comment about the length of mods. Yeah, like some people, like some authors, who make a lot of mods, make a lot of really short ones. This one, like this series here, like each individual episode works as its own a pretty good, self-contained mod, and it's like, I mean, especially at the rate that the slow rambly rate that I've been going through these, each one is taking a few hours, so it's it's an impressive amount of duration to them for how many of them there are. I tried to have a decent little story in each one. Yeah. Anyway, let's move right along here. Yeah, Michael likes chess apparently. My favorite board game is Go. Oh yeah. I haven't played that one in a while. I played that once, like years ago. I know that's one with that's a board with all the squares, and you have like the white and the black tiles that you put on it. Like I say tiles, like they're little circular things. And like the objective is to surround the other player's pieces, and once you do that, like you remove them from the board. So there's a lot of strategizing and how to try to trick the other player into a position where you can surround them. As I recall. I wonder how people would rank the episodes. I would find that tough. Yeah, I don't know. Each is yeah, I don't know. How do you rank the episodes? I don't know. Anyway, moving right along. Not as many people in Western countries know about Go compared to chess, but it's very popular throughout East Asia. Monica was definitely right about chess being terribly violent and intense. That's why I've never liked it quite as much. Oh, really? Yuri not into chess? How about that? Would have thought that would be more her style. Although the kind of strategizing that goes into Go, I could see being appealing to Yuri. I have them ranked by YouTube popularity. Okay, that's one way to do it. Yeah, I like if you put each episode up and like they have different numbers of likes and views and stuff. So is this mod just a very chill and nice mod about club meetings continuing? Pretty much, yeah, chill and nice, except, everyone is kind of dealing with their trauma because they remember the game. Like, they remember the events of the original game. In particular, Sayori and MC's thing is pretty, is kind of tense at the moment because MC is like, really worried about Sayori being depressed and, like, offing herself again. And Sayori's, like, repeatedly, like, trying to get him to not worry about it. So that's causing some tension. And you know, there's some other tensions here and there as well. Anyway, moving right along. But I love Go. It's a very beautiful game, and it's more about creation than it is about destruction. Even though it's still a competitive two-player game, it can be very peaceful. Oh yeah, the other thing I should mention, Choose Polydot, is in the chat, the person named Doki Doki Club Meetings is actually the author of this mod. Just FYI. I think I should mention that too. Anyway, moving on. Even though it's still a competitive two-player game, it can be very peaceful. It can actually be a lot deeper than chess, in my opinion. Very good games of Go almost feel like a natural process, like a plant growing. I'm not very good at it, but I like to play now and again, which is more than I can say for most board games. Okay, enough of these fancy, bougie, classical board games. Time to talk to you about the good shit. I like games with trader mechanics. Battlestar Galactica is my super favorite, but I also like Shadows over Camelot. I'm also down for social deduction games, Resistance, Secret Hitler, that kind of thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, Secret Hitler is a game I learned recently. It's basically a proto Among Us. like it's like a party game where you have a group of people. One of the people in the game is secretly Hitler, and you have to figure out who it is, and you're like eliminating people one by one. So yeah, basically Among Us. In like a you know, real world party game kind of context instead of it being a video game. I'm falling behind in chat already. Oh, it's gotten active all of a sudden. I just think about people ranking them because of someone in another server I've known who's played them. Okay, good news, chat. I just got to shut up a Steam market report Discord scammer. Oh, okay. See if people enjoy doing this. Haven't made any mods, but I have written 10-page analyses on each of the characters for videos that I'm excited to release. Sayori's coming out first this month. Oh, okay, that's cool. Hope I can find a way to share it with the larger DDLC community. That's awesome. Yeah. If you want to share it with the larger DDLC community, I mean, r/DDLC is probably a good place. Best to share it on a Tuesday, because that particular subreddit has a thing every Tuesday. They call it No Pics Tuesday, because it's really common on that subreddit for the whole subreddit to get saturated by people posting pictures of the girls. So Tuesday they have a rule: no pictures posted. This is the day we have high effort content like what you're describing there, 10-page analyses or fan fiction or videos or whatever. Among Us was just starting as a thing at the time this was out. Huh, yeah. Congrats on the mod releases, Doki Doki Literature. Yay, yeah. I've mentioned before, but I have written a mod, just not given it assets and stuff, just musicless MS Paint graphics. Oh, okay. That's cool. Is anything you've like shared or released or anything? Well, this episode is over 3 years old at this point. Yeah. Tuesday, I'll keep that in mind. I'm on the subreddit, but I very rarely use the website. Haha, yeah. It's episode 5, yeah. This is episode 5 of 36 so far, yeah. Yeah. I kind of don't like it, but at the same time, it's my baby. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Hey, you know, as Yuri likes to say, the truest form of writing is writing to yourself. So, it's, yeah. I mean, I have some fan fiction that I've written for myself, which I don't really feel comfortable sharing necessarily, or at least not under the Tormuse alias. So you know, so I hear you about that. Yeah, I've got some stories that I've written for myself. I mean, on some level, like I guess all of my mods have sort of been for myself, but there is some fun in being able to share them. The Tormuse brand, yes, can't tarnish the Tormuse brand by putting up something, I don't know, unsavory or something. Although, I mean, Storm already gets really violent and very risque at times. So I kind of, sometimes wonder about, was it really wise for me to put something like this up when I try to on the heels of more wholesome stuff like Sayori says no to suicide, which is another mod I highly recommend. You know, shameless self plug. Uh, after you said writing to oneself, potato, you get the idea. But yeah, of course, yeah. Anyway, moving right along. Social deduction games, resistance, secret Hitler, that kind of thing. Monica is disturbingly good at those. MC here likes actiony board games. I'm not sure which one is his favorite though. Hard to say. Some of my all-time favorites are Space Alert, XCOM the board game, and Captain Sonar. There's XCOM. I guess it doesn't surprise me that there's an XCOM board game. I haven't actually played any of the XCOM games. I'm aware of them though. The secret unreleased NSFW Terbius mods. Shh. We don't talk about those. Just, Yeah, well, I mean, okay, I don't know if I should mention. Okay, I haven't made NSFW mods. I have written some NSFW fan fiction though, but it's like, it's not something I want to connect to the Termuse name, not because like I'm ashamed of or embarrassed about it or anything, but it's because I'm aware, I'm very, very conscious of the fact that there are very young people and, you know, minors and stuff that watch my content, like, you know, they play my mods, they read my stuff, they watch my stream and so on, and I want to have that separation between like something that has like sexual content, you know, like I try to be mindful of where to draw the line of, you know, made by Esra. No, my alternate alias has a more creative name, I think, than just my name backwards. Blood on the Clock Tower is the biggest new social deduction game I'm aware of, other than Among Us, of course. Okay. Blood on the Clock Tower. Alright, I have to keep that one in mind. Something to look up for later. Here, I'll write that down. Blood on the Clock Tower. Game to look up later. There. There, I wrote it down for myself. But yeah, you know, it's not that. It's not that sex is shameful or anything like that. I think that like sex education is like really important for young people to have, but I also like, I don't want to be accused of like spreading porn to minors or anything. I mean, not that's, yeah, whatever. I'm just like, if you've seen the Natsuri scene that happens at the end of Doki Doki Storm, for instance, like there's a, like, I made conscious choice not to cross some lines there, you know, like it's Natsuki and Yuri have like lustful feelings towards each other, but they don't like, I didn't actually depict anything explicitly sexual or anything, you know. If that makes any sense. It's really important for people to have, but I totally understand your words as a 27-year-old content creator. Yeah, exactly. And 41 years old here, so very conscious of the fact that I'm like older than the most of the people in the fandom, you know. It's the fandom is like, it's largely dominated by teenagers, and I have to be conscious of that and aware of that when I interact with people in the fandom. You know, like, yeah, it's like I mean, it's okay. I mean, part of the appeal of the game is I'm gonna say, sexy girls. So like there does have to be, there's some hint of this sex appeal to, because that's part of what attracts the teenage audience. But like there's a like it's a kind of thing I generally want to keep to in the realm of innuendo and sort of obliquely talking about it without actually depicting it, I guess, if that makes sense. Um, it's like I said, there's some lines you don't want to cross. Um, and if I was going to write something that's more adult oriented, I'd want it clearly different, clearly differentiated and delineated from the Tormies account, so that minors who are looking at my content don't accidentally stumble onto adult content. Like you know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm embarrassed or ashamed or think it's bad or wrong to have sexual content. It's just like I want to have it clearly. I want a clear separation from the stuff that's more for kids and the stuff that's more for adults. I hope I make sense. Putting it out under a different name and having those who choose to interact with it is a better idea. Like you said, yeah, I think so. There are no NSFW DDLC mods. Well. Noski, time to walk into this construction site with no hard hat. Yeah, that's that's definitely not safe for work. Yeah, we need, somebody needs to make a mod which builds itself as this the definitive not safe for work mod, and it's just about them not wearing hard hats while on a construction site, or I don't know, various unsafe work activities like that. That'd be kind of funny. or like it's like that image where there's a meme image which says newt safe for work, and it's a picture of a newt, like the amphibian, the newt, and it has a hard hat on, so it's a newt who's safe for work. I thought that was cute. Sayori, haha, we standing on the swivel chair is so much fun. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Never make NSFW with you, especially being a minor yourself. Anyway, moving right along. My favorite is Twilight Struggle, which is a little more cerebral. Is that the one with the space turtles? Space turtles, what? No, you're thinking of Twilight Imperium. Twilight Struggle is a game about the Cold War. Oh, okay. I thought for a second it was a game about vampires. Ha ha. Yes, I'm definitely a minor who weirdly knows a bunch of 80s references. Yeah, right. I mean, hey, I know people like that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, sorry. He said Twilight. My mind went to the Twilight vampire movies. Random aside, I just yesterday I just watched a movie called Life Force, which is friggin' bizarre. It's this science fiction horror, science fiction horror. What's the word I'm looking for? Suspense movie, I guess, which is, it's just so bizarre. Anyway, speaking of adult or content, I guess it is R-rated, but it's just it's such a weird movie. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Is it a vampire movie? Is it a zombie apocalypse movie? Is it an alien invasion movie? And it makes up its own rules as it goes along, and it was just a rather bizarre experience, but it has amazing special effects for this time. It came out in the 80s. I don't know. It just left me with a just really confused feeling by the end of the movie. Like, what the heck did I just watch? Like, what the heck was that? uh, my nurse started playing Magic Gathering in 1995. Yeah, you were just a little zygote back then. So I was born, yeah. Yeah. It's a fresh age of -10. Which up the 80s were over 60 years ago. Hey, no, don't. Bad. I was born in the 80s, darn it. I'm turning 42 later this year. Just be saying actual evil things that harm me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually at that age where I'm like, oh no, another white hair. I don't know if the camera probably doesn't pick it up. I actually do have a couple of white hairs on my temple here. I guess I'm at that age now. I'm a little conscious that I seem to be growing like a double chin here. Like I don't know. I mean, maybe I just need to watch my posture. But I'm like, where did this come from? This wasn't here before. Like, no, go back, double chin. No. I mean, I don't know how much of that is an age thing, how much of that is a weight thing. But yeah, my metabolism is catching up with me. Like I think I've generally been a pretty skinny guy growing up, but I'm like at a point where like, oh hey, I'm starting to get a tummy now. Where's that coming from? That wasn't there before. So I'm trying to do more like workouts that include like sit-ups and crunches and stuff, and it helps, I think. The same distance to 2040 than from 2006. No, don't say things like that. Like, no. 2040 is just a far-flung future. And 2029 is the year when all the girls in DDLC become real, right? According to the meme. Anyway, enough tangents. Like, no, not enough tangents. We must ramble on more. Moving right along. Of course. Huge nerd. Sayori's interest in board games is a little more varied. She likes social party games for one thing. It's true. I love Cards Against Humanity. Oh, really? The game that's canonically for horrible people? I mean, that it bills itself as the game for horrible people? Enough tangents. Term use 4 minutes away from a tangent. Yes, exactly. Are you sure it's 4 minutes? Are you sure? Noticed my metabolism slowing down and immediately went to the gym and learned all about diet and exercise. I actually enjoy the results. Muscles, hey! That's cool. Yeah, in addition to the, here's the tangent number 160,000 here. In addition to the core exercises, I also, because I'm conscious of, my stringy arms, because, being tall comes with having, like, really long, skinny limbs. I try to, this is the sound of one hand clapping. This is the sound of two hands clapping. Anyway, I try to, I have dumbbells. I try to work out my like forearm muscles so that they aren't quite as stringy looking, I hope. Yeah, they're better than they were. They're not as good as they as back in 2010. I was working as an RMT regularly, and I got really good muscles back then. That was probably the best physical shape I've been in my life. That was 13 years ago. Holy crap! How was that over a decade ago? Yeah, that's anyway. Falling behind in chat again. So, exactly, it works. I'm a horrible person. Yeah. Sayori Cards Against Humanity is a pair that could destroy the world. Starting the timer. Damn, we didn't even wait a minute. Yeah. Same distance away from Termius' last tangent that we hear. Next one. Well said. Definitely really important to do some resistance exercise just in general. Keep those muscles strong. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, alright, moving on. Even though it has some pretty shocking stuff in it, recently I've been playing this new game called Wavelength, which is a lot of fun. I also really like Lords of Waterdeep, which we've played before at the club. Even though it's totally a Euro game, which you normally hate, but it has wizards and stuff. That's not the same as boring old orange sheep. Is that a Catan reference? I'm really fond of Settlers of Catan, by the way. Just putting that out there. I don't get to play it often enough. Anyway. Really, I just like anything that gets everyone together having lots of really loud fun. That's why my favorite game is Red Dragon Inn. Is that the drinking one? Yeah, we need to play it again soon. Wait, drinking game? Aren't they all 18? Aren't they? Isn't that underage for drinking? Don't worry, you don't actually drink in it. Okay, that was a fun one. What's the next question? What's this? Uh-oh. I need to relocate the chat again. Hey Monica, this is my first time being able to talk to you outside of set dialogue options, so I'm really excited to talk to you now. Even if you can't hear my voice yet, it wouldn't matter how many drafts of this I write. I can never fit everything I want to tell you in an email. In the time I have, I want you to know that I really am watching. I'm in your corner all the time. If you ever wondered, I do write poetry. I do use Monica's writing tips of the day. Very helpful. It makes me happy to see you on a regular basis now, and I enjoy hearing your take on things because you always articulate so well the thought-provoking concepts that cross your mind. I wrote you a poem titled "I'll Paint You," which I hope you enjoy below, but I'll leave it up to you whether you share it with the others or not. It's more yours than mine, after all, but I'm always open to critiquing. Plus, it would also be like I'm in the club too. Remember that I'm with you even if you can't see me, and that even if you can't touch my hand, you always have two fingers of mine, both crossed, so we bridge the gap someday soon. Signed T. Okay. That was a wall of text. that was a very long email. Very much longer than most of the others. Played Eurorails once with my family. We never finished it. It's still on one of the top shelves of our pantry. Lol. Don't think we ever will. Oof. If you say so. I'm not familiar with that one, so I can't comment on it. Okay. All right. So Monica got just a long, rambling, gushing fan mail there. I need a second to read all this again. That's very kind of you, T. You're such a wonderful person. Aw. She probably plays Monica after story. Oh, obviously. No question. I'm glad you've been getting so much from the club. That's all I ever hoped for you. I hope we get to be together one day too. More than anything. Excuse me a moment, will you, everyone? It looks like they sent the poem along with it. Let's just pull that up. Oh, great. Dev, you're making me move the chat around. All over the place here. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. I'll paint you. I'll drag my brush 100 times and paint the world I see and show you all the wonders that I can't keep just to me. I'll stroke a sunset from my hand and next to sandy beach, where you wait in the canvas cloth within my brush's reach. I'll paint you something beautiful, a cityscape with lights, a dim cafe with outdoor seats to spend your rooftop nights. I'll paint you breezes long and smooth that taste like flowered fields, with pink and white and vibrant green and sky that never yields. I'll paint you what I can't describe or name with letters weak. I'll paint for you the beauty of which I could never speak. I'll paint for you to show the world the beauty in your soul, but most of all, I'll paint your face to make the canvas whole. Aww. I mean, close to the most mass-built emailer we get? Haha, yeah. I believe that. BDCM writing Season 1, Episode 5, specifically knowing Termius will play the mod 2 years later, or 3? Maybe. I mean, at that time I'd already played a bunch of mods. Yeah, back in 2000? I mean, even back in 2018, I made a point of I played every mod on the mod list, except for the one that was like a Sonic mod that put the DLC characters in there or something, because Sonic, and I hadn't played Our Final Heartbeat yet because it was in revisions and I was waiting for it to be finished being revised. But yeah, there was a time when I'd played every mod on the list. Now there are like over 200 of them, and I'm like, there's no way I'm catching up with that now. Monica the Hedgehog, yeah, Monic the Hedgehog maybe. Sonica, something like that. Finally, the company's tax came due. Yeah. Yeah. At first, reading that email, I was like, "This is a lot longer than most of the emails we've seen so far in this section of the mod." But seeing that they put the effort into the poem here, I can sort of understand why you included it now. So that's cool. It's a nice bit of work there. Yeah. If I go fast enough, I can clip through the monitor screen. Hey, it's worth a try. Someone needs to make that a mod idea. Like, Monica goes, okay, I'm gonna rush at the screen real fast. See if I can see if I can break into your world. Yeah, it just zooms in on her really fast. Just make that a running gag in the mod. Just have her rush it periodically throughout the mod. Just have her rush at the screen real fast. Just like, damn it, I thought it would work if I could catch you unawares. Just have it as a jump scare thing. A running gag. Yeah. White woman jump scares. Yeah. Reference to the Vanessa FNAF? Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take another quick moment to go use the washroom again. I'm drinking lots of water because I'm trying to keep hydrated. It's also really hot here, by the way. Oh, and I managed to spill it on myself. Yeah, it's quite hot out the past week, and air conditioning isn't working at the moment. So anyway, I'll be right back. Okay. Running gag, haha. Oh yeah, and I couldn't help thinking, cause, right after spilling my water on myself, I couldn't help thinking about that joke from the airplane movie, and that's when I developed my drinking problem. And then he immediately spills his drink. And there's a running gag about every time he tries to drink something, he spills it because he has a drinking problem. Anyway, moving right along. Oh wow, that's really good, T. I can feel it bursting with overwhelming love. Around here, we mostly don't write poems about stuff that's too mushy. We're not very good at it. Probably because we're not very good at unreserved love. Even when manga tends to write poems for you, they tend to have that bittersweetness about them, you know? But this is just pure sweetness and light. And it's just beautiful instead of seeming sappy. I love it. What do you guys think? It's neat how Sayori's taking charge while Monica runs out of the room. Just trying to keep things moving. It reminds me a little of Natsuki's poetry. Sometimes when the mood takes her, Natsuki's poetry can be very romantic. Natsuki blushing over here. I mean, yeah, like, think about the beach poem. Narrator, but it was sappy. There should have been an Easter egg for this one that said something if persistent player starts with T. Well, I mean, all I'm gonna say is that the T doesn't stand for Tormuse in this case. I do have username depend Easter eggs from time to time. Like, did you write this, player? Yeah. Anyway, moving on. In both the sense that it is about romance and in the sense that it's classically romantic in style. A good poem of this kind makes you feel swept away with emotion and sentiment, and I think you've done a wonderful job of replicating that. I know the feeling very well that you're talking about here, T. I wish I could be as eloquent as you at explaining it, but that feeling of wanting to shout to the world all about the beauty you see and feel, I get it. Yeah, true. Yeah, relatable. Yeah, I can get behind that. You're just a lot better at communicating it than I am. Normally this is the part where I would mock you for being so hopelessly in love, but it's actually pretty hard to do that with something so sincere. Uh-oh. Natsuki's eyebrows vanished. Eyebrow thief. Someone took Natsuki's eyebrows. No, I'm just kidding. This is one of those, it's one of those MPT bugs where some eyebrows aren't compatible with some of the eyes. Oh well. Eyebrow MPT bug strikes again, exactly, yeah. So, number one, I'll say you did a fantastic job, and number two, I'll say, what does Monica think of this so that we can mock her instead? She's totally losing her shit in the face of this poem, isn't she? No, she is not. As to what I think of the poem, I'll tell you what I already told T. I think it's perfect in every way. Alright, let's move on before I really do lose it again. Uh-oh. I have to move chat again. Okay, so there's another one to Monica. Hi Monica, I just wanted to say thank you so much for continuing with the Literature Club. I was really sad after everything that happened, but seeing you all back together and moving on has helped me cope with how I was feeling. Hopefully it's helping you cope as well. One more thing, the poems you all have written have been very entertaining. I like them all, but I think I'm most impressed with how MC is doing. For someone who has just started, you've improved so much. Keep it up. See you next week, MB. Chat movement strikes again. Yeah. Aww. You guys have so many compliments for us today. I think having everyone back around has definitely been helping me cope. It doesn't make it so that nothing bad ever happened, but it is nice to be surrounded by my friends again. I'm very lucky that they're still here for me after everything. Thank you for coming along in the journey with us. I'm glad to hear you've been feeling better too. Thanks for the nice stuff you said about me. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing when I started. I know that the regular game made me look pretty stupid in a lot of things, but I definitely was very stupid when it came to poetry when I started. Thankfully, I've had some very good teachers. Yeah. MC the smooth talker there. Right, so, yeah, Yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get it even better in the future. Oh, that sudden vanish was kind of jarring. Anyway, put the chat back up here again. So, considering you watch anime, have you watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Are you a Joe Bro? Is that a term? I have legit not heard the term Joe Bro before, but I can totally see it being a term. Anyway, this one is labeled as being for the MC, so I'll go. But remember, my name is just MC, not the MC, not anymore. But to answer your question, yes. Yes, 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 yes. But before she kills me, I should tell you that Natsuki is the real JoJo fan around here. It's her absolute favorite. Yeah, damn right. JoJo is amazing. Like I said before, it's got absolutely everything you need. It's like a perfect anime. You like action? Tons of action. You like story? Great story. You like character development? Yeah, it's character development. I like how she qualified that differently and her expression changed. Like she went from, it's tons of it, great, it's there. Shana Dove, hey, welcome to the stream. Got here just as we're talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, apparently. It's certainly character development. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. But, my friend, do you like memes? Because this anime is the king of memes. So, yes, that is why I am this club's ultimate JoBro, or whatever you call a female JoBro. One of you internet nerds, tell me a good term for that. Yeah, I was wondering that myself. And not Joe Ho, or I will eat your eyes. Threat from Natsuki, okay. Take it seriously. That seems like a good place to stop. Okay, everyone. For next week, we're going to play a little game with the poems. I've been inspired by Yuri writing a kind of Natsuki-ish poem and vice versa. Okay, interesting. I'm going to secretly email you the name of another club member, and you have to write a poem in the style of that club member. So it's like Secret Santa for poems or something? Never seen JoJo, but it's on my list. Yeah. I started to watch. I mentioned this in the previous stream. I started to watch it, but I couldn't really get into it. It's just, I don't know. It's something about, I don't know. How do I put this? Silly in a not so good way, I guess. It's like I guess like the hyper muscular, hyper macho posturing kind of didn't I don't want to say it put me off. It just I was just disinterested in it. It's like I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it particularly. It just didn't grab me, I guess. I mean, some part of me goes, well, maybe I should, go watch it anyway. Because all the references and memes around it and so on, so I can get those. But Cromartie for me is still the perfect meme anime. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. Kind of reminds me that if they did a style swap like it's in Vanilla Act 2 or something, Yuri's Natsuki poem would be too simple. Natsuki's Yuri poem would just be word disassociation by Lemon Demon. I'm not. I'm aware of Lemon Demon. I'm not aware of that song. Yeah, I'm aware of Lemon Demon's the one that did the what's that song called? The ultimate something of history, the ultimate battle of ultimate history, or something like that. Whatever that is. The that big mashup crossover thing of all like mostly 80s characters. Anyway, just should be fair to Yuri did already do that, but no, yeah, true. Word disassociation, that is. I only know the song they did called Spencer. Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. That's the one. Yeah. Thank you. Something about Ben Bernanke? Yeah, I don't know that one. Ben Bernanke, yeah. Based on the funniest YouTube video of all time? Oh, okay. Might have to look that up then. I got in when Spirit Phone was their latest release. Was his release, they said. All just one guy. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, moving on. Then we can all guess who wrote what. Also, it's time to restore the org chart. Oh, right. What have they been looking at today, by the way? Well, so far as I can tell, they spent the whole morning before school with you. Then they... that look. Then they hung out with me for a good long while, then they were back to you during a class of yours, I think, and ever since then, they've been right here. Well, I wanted to say thank you again, Natsuki. Like I told you before, I was kind of freaking out today. I was really worried you'd abuse the power. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, not... For those just joining, Natsuki's president presently, so she is, console access and stuff. So that's what she's talking about there. Anyway. But now at the end of the day, I can say you did very well. It was really nice to get a bit of a break, so thank you. You're welcome. Not gonna lie though, I'll be happy to get my own break from this. You're pretty tough being able to deal with it all the time, Monica. I try. I move that Monica be reinstated as president and Natsuki be reinstated as treasurer. Seconded. Any opposed? Silence. The motion carries. What's this look? Okay, that's all for now, everyone. Cool. Gotta go, everyone. See you later. Yeah, she's taking off early so she doesn't have to walk with MC. Oh, that's kind of sad. Are we going to see the Sayori's birthday interaction after this? Awkward. Yeah, exactly. Wow, that was abrupt. You know what you gotta do, MC. Yeah, I guess I do. I think I even have a plan. Good luck, MC. You'll do great, MC. Be courageous. She has to know that you'll love her no matter what happens. No tune next time for episode Club News? No. Everyone's favorite episode? Oh, really? Okay. Trust me, it's totally foolproof. You sure? That seems like a lot of ingredients. Oh, is he baking a cake for her? Get the damn strawberries. KK, I wish I was doing something less risky for this. I have zero confidence in my baking ability. Ugh, this is so damn hard. Natsuki's voice warbles out of MC's phone. No, you are making it hard. Frosting is like the easiest part of a cake. I'm still not sure about this sugar decision. Adding the extra, I mean, it might work out poorly, but the strawberries can water the cake down, so most likely it'll just be a good extra thickener. Plus, it's not like Sayori is going to be put out by it being too sweet. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, once you're done with that, get it into whatever tray you're putting it on and don't touch it. I'm gonna go to bed. You got this. Just be patient, okay? Yeah, I will. Thanks for helping, Natsuki. No problem. Go get her. Click. Alright, time to do the rest of this frosting. Crap, it's midnight. Time to very quickly and efficiently do the frosting. Oh, in Monica's perspective. Hi, Tormuse. I was just getting ready for bed. I guess you saw a lot of what happened with me today. I promise I'm not always such a mess. This week has just been a little different for me. It was nice to feel like my surroundings were authentic, at least for a while. But to be honest with you, I'm glad to be back in control. Such as it is. Anyway, I love you. Don't ever forget that, okay? I care about you more than anything in any world, even if we never do get to be together. You always be the world to me. I'm going to go to... It's like... Point hit. I'm going to... Sorry. I'm going to go to sleep now. Make sure and get some rest too, okay? It's still not as... Excuse me. Still not as egregious. There was that one episode where she perfectly alternated between point, hit, point, hit, point, hit. Anyway, that That's all for this week. Make sure to email Monica your questions for the club at the.club.pres.monica@gmail.com. Credit is due to the usual suspects. Please be sure to check out the credits.txt file, and special thanks to Mingle for Packers and Spicer for music. And there you go. See you next time. Cool. And that was episode 5. 3 hours into the stream. Everyone's favorite episode, you say? Okay, so I guess presumably that's going to deal with Sayori's birthday and they said it's going to be the next day. So does that mean the next episode is going to take over take place over the course of the week, or does in fact deal with Sayori's birthday? Yeah, I was just wondering if it's going to be a like flashback form or what. So it shows it in retrospective. Okay, and what happens afterward? Fair enough. Okay, well, that seems to be a good note to end on. Yeah, let's see if there's anyone worth rating, I suppose. Thanks everyone for watching, by the way. Had a good crowd, good audience today. It's cool. Yeah, Codair is playing Minecraft. I rated him before. He's a DDLC streamer. Puds3 is streaming Genshin Impact. I don't know how much overlap there's between DDLC fandom and Genshin Impact fandom, but yeah, it's a pretty fun, story-based RPG kind of game. And in the whole interest of Pride Month and complying, Puds3 is also they're a non-binary creator. So there you go. Some not non-binary representation there. So let's give them a raid. Thank you for stream. Yeah. I'm like before. I'll stream episode 6 tomorrow. No, don't you heckin' dare! What? OBS just disconnected? No, don't you dare! Is it still going? Check. Is anyone there? OBS just disconnected. Is this thing working? Check. Is this thing on? Did I just lose all the viewers? Oops, internet died. Okay, BG Sweet is still here. Is anyone else still here? Like right at the end, right before I'm about to do the rate. That's obnoxious. That's really obnoxious timing. No, my internet didn't die. My OBS software just randomly cut out. It does that every once in a while. I don't know why. It's really obnoxious. Like sometimes it'll work fine for 6 hours at a stretch and be perfectly fine, and sometimes I've had an experience of it like cutting out like 8 times in 7 minutes. Well, not exactly, I'm exaggerating, but I had a stream where I had a couple streams where it cut out like 12 times, which is really obnoxious. But so that's kind of sad. I mean, I had good audience of like 5-6 people to send towards Puds, but like it might actually end up being 0. So, oh well. I mean, I'm gonna send who I can, I suppose. Let's see who's left. I mean, when it cuts out like that, I wouldn't blame anyone for leaving. I mean, I'd probably leave if it. Okay, there's still people here. That's good. Cool. All right, 4 viewers ready to raid. That's good enough. Thanks to people for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Until next time.